Damn, my phone that loud? Damn, my phone that loud? Nasty dealer. What's up with you? Mike James, who Mike James? Hey Mike, I sent you. I think I sent you a $5 boost too. Send it back. Shadow. Y'all make sure y'all hitting the like button as y'all come in. We got Hassan getting cooked. 607 Unk gets cooked. And Hassan Campbell got cooked by Charleston White. The nigga got cooked. And he said basically what I said too. Hassan butthurt because he ain't got nothing going on outside of YouTube. And he doesn't. And that's why he keep hating on Charleston. He ain't got shit going on outside of YouTube. So everything that Charleston got, he want to take credit for it because he ain't got nothing. And how you? That's what I don't get. How you taking credit for what Charleston doing and you not even doing it? Make that make sense. You take the credit for what Charleston doing, but he not doing it. How you put him on to that and you not doing it yourself? Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Mike James. We're gonna get some time to get some people up in the building. Sigma, no problem, Mike. No problem. Anytime I get my $5 boost, you always the first person on the list. But yeah, Charleston White baked this nigga. Charleston White cooked this nigga. Him and Hassan going back at a year. Because Hassan just did a video on him the other day trying to take credit for all his work and talking shit about him. So Charleston finally got tired of Hassan making videos about him after they last, going back and forth. So he finally said, you know what? Fuck this nigga. He finally said, fuck this nigga. All right, we got enough people in the building so far. All right, so we're going to get into this. Charleston White versus Mr. Pissy Poppy. And shout out to Stingy K. I think this is the channel name, yeah, Stingy K.
That's got to stay mad. I couldn't imagine, son. Push your ass in, but he started out with your thighs.
Oh, shit.
White just crashed out on Hassan Campbell and 607 Now, this ain't no regular rant. This one might get him banned. I don't know, man. Y'all make sure y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. But we all know that Charleston White been going crazy on 607 But to add Hassan Campbell into the list, I mean, hey, it's only right. That's Charleston White. But I seen Hassan Campbell make a video calling Charleston White a sellout.
Ain't matching the smile. I can see this nigga foul. Right? So you know how people say, keep your enemies close. I knew from day one, Charleston White was coming in my lane. I was the first one to say, when people were sitting there calling him out, nah, he's in character. I gave him that.
Man, one thing we know, Charleston.
Bro, what now? I want to go take a second to talk about this. Him defending him, saying that he was in character. What so-called great victim defends another nigga character playing a rapist? I'm gonna let that sink in. Let that sink in. What alleged great victim defends a nigga going around saying he grapes people and claiming it's a character? Who does that? Joe Blow. Wait, what? He said, we in here, family. Make sure you hit that like. Yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Joe Blow, what's up with that name there, bro? What you got going on over there? Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button and put something on that loud pack at the Cash App, at the PayPal. Ren needs it. Cause I'm twisted, cause one side of me telling me that I need to move on the other side, I wanna break down and cry. Ooh. Let me stop for Trip C's come up here cussing me out. Let me stop for Trip C's coming here cussing me the fuck out. Like, you better not. Alright, your neighborhood phone confiscator is here. Renegade, what's up with you? But yeah, like I said, hit that like button as y'all come in. 24 people in the building. Make sure y'all hitting that like button, and make sure y'all support the channel with the Cash App, with the PayPal. But yeah, again, back to my question that I just asked: what so-called great victim defends another nigga so-called character where he's going around bragging about raping people? Where did he do that at? He said, yeah, I'm a fool. Yeah, I know.
The White is not in character. That's really what he wanna. That's
yeah,
how he
that
said
ain't no character.
he
That's
speaks
him.
what's on his mind, but he don't speak what's really on his mind. So we all know that is not a character. If you believe that, you
and like I said before, like even if it was a character, you got to have a sick mind to come up with that shit. I say the same thing for doctors. You got to be a certain level. What was doctors getting? They was getting like 10, 20K for every vaccine that they gave out during COVID. You got to be a sick motherfucker to be able to just give out an experimental drug without a care. You got to be also to be a doctor. You got to be a sick motherfucker that can just sit there and cut people open and do a 30-hour surgery, shifting their guts and stuff around, and not get squeamish. You got to be a certain level of crazy. It's the same thing that goes for this character. Just like Stephen King and them. You got to be a certain Stephen King, Steven Spielberg. You got to be a certain level of crazy to come up with those stories. That's what I didn't get about the V-Tech massacre dude. They was reading his script plays and saying, oh, he was highly disturbed. He should have been reprimanded for these sick plays. So what about Stephen King and Steven Spielberg? Oh, just because they get a movie deal, that don't make it fucking crazy to be able to come up with those stories. There's some good stories, but you got to be a certain level crazy to come. You got to be a certain level of demented. Just like Charleston White, you got to be a certain level of demented to come up with a character like that. Let's say that if it was, and they'll go around bragging about it. You defended that, bro. You ain't defended because you thought that you was gonna jump on the Charleston White bandwagon, and you thought that it was gonna be up. And then when Charleston White called you down there those 2 times to speak to the kids and found out you was a fucking fraud, you jumped out the window before he had a chance to expose you. I can't sleep in pitch black neither. I need the TV on. But I ain't crazy. I need the TV on. For some reason, I hear things around me better with the TV playing. If the TV's off, I won't hear shit. You can come in the room, fuck around, slap me, and I won't fucking hear or feel it. But with the TV on, you even move the fucking remote. I'm hey, I was listening to that. ask my big mom. Every night. Every night I stay here. I leave the TV on. She try to cut it off. Oh, what you doing? I was listening to that. You just snoring. But back to these niggas.
He was a fool. But see, let's finish seeing what he got to say.
Charleston White first appearance on YouTube was me doing an interview with him, him and Infominds Tembo. Yeah. Now, let's get past all that. Moving up to date. Charleston White. Let's get to the tail of the tape. Let me let him speak for himself.
If you under 25 and you don't like her and she done come up pregnant and y'all were just at the club, fuck nigga, raise that baby. Get yourself together, nigga. Work on your credit. Get a baby 10 years. Wait till the baby 10, 11, 12 years old, and then you show back up as a daddy with something to get a baby. Once you show up and you give a mother, you can be gone all their life. Just leave them something. They'll love you at the graveyard. You ain't never got to be in them kids' life.
Bro,
leave
going crazy.
Insurance policy. They gonna be bragging about my daddy left me an insurance policy, but he didn't raise me. So you ain't got to be in them kids' life. But if you love the woman, you be in the kids' life. But if y'all let her raise them kids.
Was all the cowardly men who agreed with it. The most cowardly thing in the world that you can do is to turn your back on your child. And I'm not talking to the brothers.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie though. Don't turn your back on your child. Y'all see this, man? I'm pretty sure that y'all already aware, but don't do that.
Yeah, but how dare this fuck nigga try to call anybody a cow, call Charleston a coward for saying it when he literally has done that. Charleston ain't abandoned his kid. He actually abandoned his son. So how dare this fuck nigga sit there and be like, oh, you know, that's the most cowardly thing you can do when you already did it. You's a fucking weirdo, bro. For real, you's a weirdo. This nigga be making shit. I mean, this nigga is such a fucking hypocrite. He'll sit there and judge other people and shit on other people when he literally on shit that he literally did. Ravens, Chris, what's up with you? 7, what's up with you? Like, this dude is a stone cold weirdo. But make sure 33 people, we got 23 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all come in to support the channel. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, put something on that loud pack. Definitely put something on that loud pack. Remy definitely needs it. If I didn't need it any other time, today is the day. I definitely need that loud pack so we can cash everything back. Cause I'm twisted, cause one side of me is telling me that I need to move on. On the other side,
Let's get back to what Unc had to say. So that's what Hassan Campbell had to say to Charleston White. Now y'all know Charleston White gonna act 10 times harder. So let's see.
Y'all Google everything. Yeah, go Google my network. Yeah, y'all Google everything else for information. Go Google Charleston White Network. Tell the Hassan Campbell. Forbes magazine documented my network from this. Yeah, it's still on YouTube.
oh, I know that stung that nigga. I know that nigga got stung. Hold on, let's fact check that. Charleston White, Forbes magazine. 2024 team member. Charleston White. Yeah, they got him on here. They got him on here. Wait. Hold on. Charles White. No, that ain't him. That ain't him. Nigga, you lying your ass off. You are not on no fucking Forbes. This nigga is not on fucking Forbes. This nigga be lying his ass off. This nigga is not on Forbes. Charleston White net worth. That nigga worth, Charleston White net worth is invested between 1.5 and 5 million as of May 2024. Damn, that nigga worth anywhere between Wax Dog. What's up with you, good brother? That nigga worth 1.5, anywhere from 1.5 to 5 million. I know Hassan is in it. He wasn't on Forbes though. That nigga, I ain't see shit on here about no fucking Charleston White on Forbes. But he worth a couple million. Yeah, I was going to say, you've been getting paid $10,000 an interview for maybe about a couple, maybe 2 years tops. That shit ain't equal out to no 5 million. But I know that's what it just says on there. 1.5 to 5 million. Either way, whether it's true or not, I know Hassan looking that shit up. But you always talking about how he surpassed this person and he surpassed that person. Well, everybody that started after you is surpassing you right now, good brother. On YouTube and outside of YouTube. And he gets more streams than the videos that he do on other people's channel. Doesn't matter if his channel or not. His videos are bigger than Hassan's. JD, what's up with you?
YouTube talking. I got the #1 movie on Tubi. I got another movie dropping January.
No, you don't. You're lying again. I've been watching Tubi all week. You do not have the #1 movie on Tubi. Let's Google that. Let's fact check that. That's not. No, he's not the #1 movie on Tubi. What's the #1 movie on Tubi? Based on Flix Patrol, Star Wars, Tales of the Underworld. No, not TV, Tubi. Miles 22. Cast of the movie Miles 22. And Charleston White is not in this movie, so I knew this nigga be lying. You just said you was in Forbes. Lying. You just said you had the #1 movie on Tubi. Lying. Yo, these niggas be lying their ass off, bro. Lying. You said never mind. That was back in 2020. Apparently, Hassan was worth a couple. No, the fuck he ain't. That nigga never touched $1 million a day in his life. He never touched $1 million. Hassan Campbell's net worth. YouTuber's income estimate. You want to see what his net worth is? You want to see what Hassan made? This nigga said he was. Remember my last live stream, y'all? Y'all heard this nigga say he's making 5 to 6 figures a month, right? Y'all remember he said that my last live stream. Look at what this nigga making. This nigga only made $6,000 in the last 90 days. YouTubers.me. Wow, bro. This is his earnings. This nigga only making 1K a month. 500, 800, $200. Yo. Look what this nigga making, bro. This nigga broke. What you make a month is damn near half my check. This nigga said he making 5 to 6 figures a month. Well, we looking at your shit on April. You only made $1,000 there, brother. You only made $1,000 there, brother. What's going on? Can somebody say broke? Can somebody say brokey? Looking like a brokey to me. Looking like a brokey to me. Look, y'all see the numbers? Y'all here go the numbers. The last 7 days he made $300. The last 30 days he made $745. The last 90 days. No, I mean 90 days. That's 3 months. You ain't even making 6 figures, 5 figures in fucking 3 months, nigga. But you steady on here trying to tell us that you making that a month. This is when I knew the nigga was lying, because he never told how much he made a month before when he was actually making that kind of money. And that's when you know YouTube niggas be lying, bro. What the fuck? That's how you know these YouTube niggas be lying, because when they making a lot of money, they never tell you how much they making. But as soon as their money start running out, that's when they start, oh, I'm making this a month. Oh, I'm making that a month. No, you ain't. No, this ain't 6K a month. It was 6K in 3 months. Not 1 month, in 3 months. 6K in 90 days. 4 months isn't good. No, it was 3 months. So he's making $2K a month. That's terrible for a job. That's like fucking $15 and $15 an hour at a regular job. Bro, you might as well go take it. You can get more money for working a regular job than that. That's one of my checks. About 2,000 after with the taxes, without the taxes taken out, about 2,000. Yeah, well, that's one check, and I get paid every 2 weeks. Yeah, he's still around. But all these niggas be lying though. These niggas stay lying about what they doing. Charleston talking about Forbes, adding more near. No, the fuck they did. I don't see you nowhere on Forbes magazine. I just looked it up. You said you had the #1 movie in Tubi. No, the fuck you don't. We just looked that up. It's called 22 Miles. He's not in it. Both of these niggas is fraud and ass liars, but that ain't why we here. We here to listen to him cook Hassan. But we got 34 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button and support the channel, family. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal at the top of your screen. Or going along the screen or your screen at the bottom. Support the channel, put something on that loud pad. But also make sure y'all hitting that goddamn like button. That's free. 19 likes, 37 people in the building. Hit that like button, family. Support the channel, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal.
June 19th on day with Armoretta. I got my own comedy tour. With one of the top streamers in the world. Man, tell Hassan Campbell he's still on YouTube talking. I don't bypass you on YouTube.
That he's not lying about.
Don't make me take y'all downstairs and show y'all how I'm really living around it, man. I'm flying in the Jackson State players. See, I'm flying in the Jackson State players to come hang out with them. You hear them call it. I got the Jackson State Dion boys in here with me, man. Flying around the country. We just left Puerto Rico. We flying across the seas, huh? Now I know you're mad, Hassan. I know it's been that's got to stay mad.
You're mad.
I couldn't imagine.
You ain't lying about that.
I couldn't imagine, Hassan. Push your ass in, but he started out with your thighs.
He said he pushed your ass in, but he thought he started out with your thighs. I mean, them jokes is getting a little old, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny this time, but how many times can you keep saying the same thing when it comes to him? Everybody says niggas need to come up with something new. Even myself sometimes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Motherfuckers need to come up with new angles. There's so many different angles you can get at this nigga. And Charleston just got at him with one. Nigga, he surpassed you. Nigga, you didn't do shit. You ain't start no businesses. You ain't start no nonprofit charities. You ain't start no programs. You didn't no merchandise. No nothing. Just YouTube. You know why? Because he doesn't have anything to sell. You're not selling out no tickets to hear you speak. Who's paying money to go see Hassan? They proved it on Patreon that nobody's willing to pay to see him. He said his whole face is crooked. Right.
I ain't forgot. Fake. Yeah, I know it's fake. Say, nephew, you still got him on live?
First part where he got on Hassan Campbell, man, he was talking crazy, man. He was talking about stuff stuck in him and all that, man. If you know the history behind Hassan Campbell, you gotta get in them comments, bro. But if you made it this far in the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn them notification bells on all. Share this live to a loved one so y'all can laugh and talk about it.
And you know what I noticed? Charleston did this 5 days ago. Hassan, I haven't seen Hassan respond. You know why? Because he can't. Because he can't. What are you going to say? Everything that he said about him was true.
And also, man, you can share this live on y'all social media platforms. And if y'all want to become elite tier, make sure y'all become.
All right, nigga.
Let's go.
Nigga, we know damn well that ain't your fucking yacht, but still, I can't hate. You chilling with niggas on the yacht right now. I don't know why you got a bunch of men on the yacht and you in the road, but he's on the yacht. I ain't see Hassan on no boats other than that fucking cheap ass cruise that he was on. That's all. Shit. Look at the difference. He's on the yacht. Hassan is on commercial cruises. That shows you the different levels. They on different levels. This nigga chartering the yacht with Deion Sanders and them, and Hassan is crying on a boat, a commercial cruise, carnival cruise. The SS Men on Men.
See, I hear Hassan still on YouTube, huffing and puffing, with pretty clothes on, with a few thousand people. He still ain't figured out a way how to transfer that into ticket sales. And I see. He don't have no merchandise. I see. He still ain't got.
You heard he said he got 1,000 something people. You always bragging about the 1,000 something people that come in your live, but you can't transfer that into ticket sales or anything outside of YouTube. So what he's saying is those 1,000 people that you have in your live stream don't mean shit if you can't do nothing with it. That's proof right there that they're there to just watch him crash out. They're just there to watch the fire burn. Because near one of those people will sign up to his Patreon. Near one of them people will travel to hear him do a show or hear him speak. They won't buy him any merchandise. He's been claiming he's going to have some merchandise for 2 years. Ain't did shit yet.
Got no website. He's stuck on being a YouTuber. He ain't figured out. Start streaming. If you sit in the house like that, stream pay way more, but you ain't got the game yet. You still stuck in time. Has been YouTuber. Little bit of me done come along, and I'm still present. I'm still fresh, and I ain't been and I ain't had to fuck nobody, boy. You on the other hand, you done had a rotor-rooter.
A rotor-rooter. Oh shit! He said he had that nigga had a rotor-rooter in his ass. Oh, he said crying on the carnival. Right, nigga set up a camera just to cry. But that's true. Charleston White did it without having somebody go in his poop chute or having to go in somebody else's poop chute. He claims that, you know, everybody got to go through the door and to be industry and all this other shit. Charleston White didn't do none of that. According to Hassan, he came through him. Even though everybody knows Charleston White was on YouTube way before them motherfuckers ever connected. But let's go off what Hassan said. He came through Hassan and surpassed him and transcended him big time. And I think that's why Hassan really went at him and switched sides on him, because he seen that he was transcending him. He seen that he was surpassing him. And you know, ain't no sunshine when Hassan's around. Ain't no sunshine when Hassan around. You can't shine when he around. If he see you getting close to him or bigger, He'll do anything to stop your momentum. And that's what he tried to do. He thought that turning on Charleston White and highlighting the fact that the shit that he said about raping women would stop his momentum, but you didn't. You just added fuel to the fire. You're putting more jet fuel in the rocket. Hassan response on his live, what he typically does, talk about his house and ish. Oh, he did do a response? Oh, he was live the other day, right? You got a timestamp to when he was. We're gonna look at that next.
Oh, dick. Leaving your yellow ass red. I bet he was. Oh, boy. And got to walk home dripping. Because I know he was coming in you. I know he was. And you got to go home with that rectum so in dripping. You better leave me alone, boy. Hassan Campbell, you better leave me alone.
And you know what I noticed? He said that he was with Dion and the boys, but you don't see none of them. But you don't see none of them around, which lets me know that Dion and the boys don't want to be seen with you. Dion and them Jacksonville boys don't want themselves to be seen or associated with you. They hang with you privately. That's deep. The fact that none of them were on camera with him at all. Or he lying, that too, or he lying. But that's got to be somebody yacht that he on, because I damn sure know it ain't his. Or he could have rented it. He could have rented it. However, I noticed that Dion and them, you don't even hear these niggas' voices in the background. So I think he might do that. Because he was lying about everything else.
So as we know, like back in the day, Charleston White definitely already obliterated Hassan Campbell. So
yeah, how many times do he gotta obliterate you? I don't give a fuck what he got to say about 607. I don't give a fuck what he got to say about 607. Let's see this last live stream. I don't give a fuck what he got to say about 607. Oh, wait, before we get into that, this nigga butthurt about Jadakiss and Fat Joe starting a podcast, bro. He is really hating. He knows that when the celebrities and all them shift over to the podcast and all these celebrities and all them shifting over, he knows. He knows that his time is running out. Look at this man's numbers. This nigga is barely scraping $1,000 a month on this shit. He only made $6,000 in the last 3 months. His network is anywhere from 10K to 61K. And he don't got no fucking. Remember when he said he had a billion views? He only got 27 million. He only got 27 million. Now, when you remember he said they took him off because they deleted him, they don't do that. They don't take your views away because you deleted videos. Those views still count. He's only gotten 27 million views. Well, I'll show you. He said he had 1 billion. And because he had to delete some of his videos, YouTube took him off. That ain't how it worked. He only has 27 million views. You can see it right at the top. If you zoom in, he only has 27 million views. They don't take away your views because you deleted videos. You said you had over 1 billion streams. And I'm like, bro, you've never touched 1 billion, anywhere close to 100 million. And I was right. He's not even close to 100 million. You're a quarter way to 100 million. And you trying to tell us that you had 1 billion. Those deleted videos wouldn't have took away that many views anyway. Those deleted videos, the whatever videos he deleted, that would have had to take away. You know how much views? 27 million, 1 billion minus 27 million. I ain't doing that math right now, but that's a lot of views. That's a lot of views. You'd have to put up 1 million videos for all them views that got taken away. But this nigga is trying to stop the celebrities and the rappers from getting podcasts because he knows it's going to be the end of him. It's already becoming the end of him. And the thing about it is, you done said so much shit that you done burned your bridges. You could have linked up with these niggas and started. They probably would have wanted to get game from you on how to, network around the YouTube and all that. Them niggas would have been coming to you for that. But your stupid ass had to go at everybody neck for shock value. It's cold out there, Ray. You ever see the movie Ray, which is my all-time favorite movie. Ray Charles is my favorite musician to ever live. I'm dead serious about that. All-time favorite movie. Ray Charles is my all-time favorite musician. When he left the people that was skimming the money, Terrence Howard and them that was skimming the money. No. When the white boy kept trying to fuck him on his money. And then the bull tried to be smart. He was like, talk to Jan, I quit. He was like, you sure? It's cold out there, right? Yeah, that's how he feel right now. He's naked. Cold out there, right? Right?
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Now, Jada and Fat Joe coming out with a podcast together. What do I think about it? For hip hop, I think it's dope.
But
Fat Joe and Jadakiss coming out with a podcast together. For hip hop, it might be dope, right?
But
we already see the chemistry between Cam and Mace. We already see the chemistry between Gilly and Wallow. I only got one problem with it.
Told you.
Back when, back a couple of years ago, YouTube tried to take the check mark from the content creators, and the content creators flipped. So they left us with our check mark. Now, the word celebrity means those who are famous. So when you look at, and I know some of y'all don't like it, but content creators is taking over. It's killing. The rap game is over with. The rap game is over with. And if Jadakiss,
bro, how you keep talking about the rap game is over with and niggas is still dropping music, selling out concerts? What are you talking about? You've been saying the rap game is over with for 15 years and it still has not ended. That's the longest over with I've ever seen in my life. Your over with is just as long as Young Pharaoh's about to be. Long motherfucking time, because I'm still waiting for it to end. Niggas is still making billions of dollars off of it. Millions and billions of dollars off of it. You keep saying that shit because it's dead to you. Because you burned all your bridges.
And Fat Joe is going to get on a podcast.
Hey, Renegade, if you still in the chat, if you can find a time mark for when he responded to Charleston White in his live stream, I would appreciate that. So I don't have time to find it while I'm playing this. But if you can, that's only if you can. Hold on, let me read off some of these chats. I mean, some of these comments. He could just be standing on the dock wearing a robe. Yeah, he could be doing that too. Charleston could have been doing that. He said he deleted the live, already tried looking for it. Yeah, because he probably said some stupid shit on there that could have got him fucking sued. He always including other people to make him seem not jealous. He's the only person on YouTube complaining about YouTube messing with his numbers. That's what I said, Renegade. I don't think that. I think he's fucking lying. I know he's lying because no other content creator is saying these things. And number two, I knew he was lying from the rip when he kept saying, it was such and such amount of people, but now it's this amount of people in there, and the numbers keep going up and down. They're playing with my numbers. That's because people leave in and out. And each time they leave and come back, it counts as a view. Too funny. And typically, if a content creator does not like a platform, they move their audience somewhere else. Hassan can't do that because his subscribers won't follow, and he knows that. Right. He tried to move them over to Patreon several times. And you see how, this is my last time streaming on here. I'm going to be going on Patreon from now on. How many times did he say that? This is my last time streaming on here. I'm going to Patreon. Yeah, I ain't fucking with this. I'm going to Patreon. You can't move him over to Instagram neither. And wait, he said, give us our check marks. This nigga ain't got no, I don't know. I don't remember him having a check mark. Hold on. Maybe on Instagram. YouTube don't have check marks. I just realized that. I just realized that. Hold on. Hold on, we about to check it now. We about to check Instagram. I don't remember. Yeah, he don't even have a check mark on Instagram. This nigga don't have a check mark. He said it like he was like, remember when YouTube tried to take content creators, they try to take our check marks as if he had a check mark.
Start running their mouth, start talking about the industry. Because the rap game is officially all the way over. There's no more money left in. Ever since COVID, it's been dead. That's my only one request that I have for Jadakiss and Fat Joe is to talk about how the music industry, the gatekeepers let the gate close. I don't know if Joe want to have that conversation because he was one of them. Second,
why do you think they're going to talk about what you? Why does he think that everybody's going to talk about what he wants them to talk about? Nigga, nobody wants to hear that shit. You done ran it all through the fucking mud with your bullshit conspiracy. What are you? And they have been talking about the industry. What are you talking about? You forgot that Jadakiss and the Locks was the first ones to fight back against Diddy publicly? Oh, you forgot that. What more do they need to talk about? They've already paid their dues when it comes to that. Now, Fat Joe, on the other hand, this nigga need to worry about why the fuck he was lying about not paying Fat Big Pun family they money. Than to worry about some motherfucking gatekeepers and like you think like just because you're not on the radar, you can talk about it. You can talk about it because you're not on Hollywood's radar. They don't give a fuck about what you say. You're just a goofball rambling. But niggas that actually been in the industry, these niggas ain't gonna finna risk their lives for no podcast. He think everybody's supposed to just jump out the window and get assassinated because he want to hear about the gatekeepers. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, here's my thing. Like I said, with the check mark, right? Us content creators didn't get no respect. We got called all types of names. We got disrespected. We got clowned. We was bozos. We was idiots. They called us every name in the book.
No, why you keep saying us? There was no us. They were calling you those names because you are a clown. You are a bozo. You are a blade. You are a weirdo. You're all the above. They wasn't calling other content creators these names. They were calling you those names. He tried to bunch the content creators in a group with him. No, nigga, you in your own lane, remember? You created your own lane. But then when you want to play the victim, you see what I mean with the flip-flopping? When he wants to brag about his YouTube status, he created his own lane. Ain't nobody doing what he doing. He the only one. And it's just Hassan. As soon as he want to play the victim, us content creators got called names. And they playing with us content creators, numbers. Nah, nigga, you in your own lane. Remember, keep that same energy.
But we kept posting content and we created a crazy lane on this internet.
See, now we created a crazy. You just heard me say his number one thing to say is, I created my own lane.
All this every name in the book. But we kept posting content and we created a crazy lane on.
We kept posting content. We created a crazy lane. This is yo, this nigga here is a weirdo. A weirdo. Bro, you'll get no weirder than this. Don't try to get the content creators to rally around. This is what he's trying to do. He wants the content creators, other content creators, to look at his video and be like, yeah, man, they're trying to take over our lane and rally behind him. No, I don't think it's going to work that way. They'll probably have some of those other content creators on their podcast to talk about, podcasting. You know who won't be there? Hassan.
On this internet. Once upon a time, these niggas was running around talking about, I ain't no internet nigga. Now all the street niggas is trying to be internet niggas.
I have several videos of you saying, I'm a street nigga. I ain't no internet nigga. Y'all think I'm some internet nigga. That's why I ain't taking Bam to court, because I'm a street nigga. That was your first excuse. Not to take Bam to court. You was a street nigga. You wasn't these internet niggas. I got plenty of videos of that. Now you trying to point the finger at everybody else and make it seem just like you point the finger at these niggas today talking about they outside. When you coined the term, I'm outside. You started that shit. Now that you can't be outside, all the people that say it are done. Are clowns. Only Libra, peace and welcome. Make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all come in and support the channel. Put something on that loud pack at the Cash App, at the PayPal, at the top of the chat, and going along the screen at the bottom. If it was any time Remy needs the loud pack, it'd be this time. My daughter, oh yeah, my daughter's birthday just passed last Tuesday, so wish her a happy birthday. My oldest daughter turned 6. They didn't took my whole check and for her birthday and then sent my black ass right back to work. It took a nigga check and sent the nigga right back to work.
And the sad part about it is, you YouTubers gonna act like y'all don't see what's happening to our numbers. Y'all gonna act like y'all don't see.
See, I told you, he's trying to get them to rally around him against the podcast. Yes, that's how it is. Quasi took a nigga whole slap. I'm broke in a joke. I ain't got nothing. Pockets doing a bunny ears and send my black ass right back to work like that. How am I getting here? Y'all done took everything. She took everything. He said that's why they ain't got pockets. Damn, OG ain't got no pocket. He be wearing sweatpants with no pockets. She took everything. But yeah, Young Pharaoh tried this too. Yeah, he definitely did. But I told you he's trying to. I didn't see this video yet. Well, I seen a part of it. And then I stopped it. Y'all saw it was like this much that I watched. But he's trying to get other content creators to rally around him and fight his battle for him. But that's not going to happen because no other content creators believe this shit. Everything. She took everything. OG, why you ain't got no pocket? She took everything.
That our numbers are
I can't even afford to live right now.
being faded out.
You can't even afford to breathe.
It's crazy how you got these athletes and these rappers coming to YouTube and they being pushed in the algorithm, but the dudes that created this lane and made niggas in,
they're getting pushed in the algorithm because they're getting more views. That's how the algorithm works. What do you mean? I'm sorry for the people that created this lane. Now it's everybody else that created the lane, not him. I got several videos. You just did this shit 3 videos ago. I created my own lane. DJ Goodwood, peace and welcome. I created my own lane. And nobody give me shit. I did it all by myself, made. Now you see all these rappers becoming podcasters. Oh, y'all gonna let them take our lane? Y'all gonna let YouTube play with our numbers? I bet you all the big content creators are looking around like, who's we? They ain't taking shit from me. I got my core following. Bro, this sounds desperate. This sounds very desperate. And then now that I'm looking at your numbers and what you making off YouTube right now, I can see why you're in desperation, because I'm pretty sure you're spending your spending habits from when you was hot. I'm pretty sure you're spending more than you got coming in now, because you still haven't stopped going shopping. So I'm pretty sure you're spending a lot more than what's coming in. You only made $6,000 in the last 30 days. I mean, last 90 days. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's brokered in a job. You hating on niggas with jobs and you making less than us. You hating on niggas out there with jobs, calling us slaves, but the slaves is making double what you make, bro. For those of you who wasn't here earlier to see what I was talking about, we finally looked up Hassan's YouTube numbers, and we're gonna put it up full mass one more time. In the last 90 days, this nigga's only made $6,000. So that's $2,000 a month. Bro, all you got enough money for is your bills. So I'm pretty sure if you still going shopping with that money, Lily's paying all the bills. Or whatever her name is. I'm pretty sure she's the one paying all the bills right now, bro. There's no way you're going shopping still. Only making that amount a month? $2,000 a month? That's like minimum wage. That's like a fucking part-time job, bro. Yes, yikes. Remember when he said he had 1 billion streams? 27 million. Far from 1 billion. He said he got 1 million views, 1 billion views. He said, but YouTube made him delete some of his videos, so it took the views away. Let's play his game. Even though that does not happen, your views still stay there, even when you delete videos. You know how many views you would have had to those videos would have had to have for it to equal up to 1 billion? Each video would have needed at least 10, 20 million views on it. And none of your videos have ever even touched over 100,000. None of your videos have went over 100,000. The math ain't mathing, bro. The math is not mathing. It's not mathing at all. Would y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all come in? Rusty fingers, peace and welcome. Make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all come in and support the channel. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Put something on that loud pad. Or I guess I'm talking to the wrong people. I guess y'all want to miss y'all blessings. Oh yeah, y'all don't want the dude with the umbrella. The dude to come with the umbrella throwing shade on y'all. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, because there's niggas out there with umbrellas throwing shade on niggas.
In the street, because they act like, the crazy part about it is these niggas act like they don't watch us. And in return, you got the people that be in the conversation, in the comment section. Hassan Campbell, ain't nobody watching. You know how they been watching. 50 been sharing. Everybody been saying my slogans, all types of stuff like.
Who's been slaying your slogans, bro? Who? Who's been saying your slogan? 50 shared one fucking video, nigga, because somebody probably sent it to him because you were talking off the wall, putting murders and unalivings on shit that happened 30 years ago. That's going to catch people's attention and people are going to send it to him. And he reposted it. He didn't repost it to big you up or give you an alley-oop. He reposted it to tell you to take it the fuck down. He was warning you. That's not a repost, jackass. That's a warning. What's up, sis?
Nothing much.
Ooh, it look nice.
Thank you.
Look real nice. I need my hair done. 39 people in the yeah, he said yeah, but people have been saying turn your TV off since the fucking 1980s. 1990s and the 1980s. Like
Before that, it was probably turn your radio off.
yeah, flush your radiator, turn your TV off, knock his block off. That's all shit that they used to say in the 80s and the 90s.
Yup. Somebody was decided they wanted to play in my head, and I let them.
That shit look good.
Thank you. You buy fake jewelry, Rick Clark.
Yeah, sis, this nigga only made $6,000 in the past 90 days.
Shame.
But did he just tell us that he make 5 figures a month?
That's what he said.
Yeah, that nigga spending is probably way more than what his income is. And I'm pretty sure Tila, what's her name? Lily or Ty? What
Takoya.
the hell? Takoya. I'm pretty sure she's paying the bills because that nigga did not stop shopping.
He ain't never paid the bills.
I know this nigga spending habits is horrible.
About 30 minutes away.
I know that nigga spending habits is horrible.
Mm-hmm. Did he try to start it today? Hey, Chris.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I haven't seen anything on.
Ugly money just put up.
I made it to the Super Bowl with Kendrick Lamar. Still
No,
my snot box TV.
Not, nigga.
So the TV turned off. Stole it.
He stole it.
My only
He stole a universal slogan.
With all these celebrities coming to YouTube is that somebody behind the scenes is pushing them in the algorithm to our audience. They're slowing us down to our audience, and that's not fair. And I'm sitting back and I'm watching all these different channels. I'll give you a prime example. You got a dude named CJ So Cool, right?
Oh, sorry.
CJ So Cool got 9 million YouTube followers. 9 million.
Bro, you butthurt that. So basically, what I'm hearing is, wham. These celebrities, they took her jabs. They took her jabs.
They took their job.
And that's a perfect example. Hassan, back to the sex file. You remember that?
Yeah.
Back to the sex file. That's Hassan. Back to the sex file. They took her jabs.
The nigga only barely getting 20 and 30,000 views on his channel when he usually get millions of views. Nigga get like 200,000 or 300,000 views in 24-hour period.
Wait, and you trying to blame it on them? Or that's just his audience? You see, this is your problem. You niggas don't realize when your audience is, well, you don't want to admit that your audience is losing interest. It happens. It happens. It happens to everybody. My audience lose interest. Everybody's audience eventually.
Yeah, learn how to change it up.
Yeah, especially if you're doing the same thing over and over, saying the same thing over and over.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Now they got the nigga, a dude with 9 million subscribers getting 20 million views. 20,000 views. That's insanity.
No, it's his audience losing interest. It happens. His audience is losing interest.
It's insanity. I usually get 100,000 views every video.
No, you don't, niggas. No, you do not. You've been saying this for a year now. You do realize that you've been saying this for a whole year. That's not usually. If a whole year is going by, that's not usual. You don't touch 100 grand. You don't touch 100,000 views because your audience isn't interested anymore. You say the same shit over and over. You talk about the same shit over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, for years, I slowed down. They started messing with me in the algorithm. And now I'm posting videos up after 3 hours on YouTube. My channel, my video is not even growing no more. Somebody hit the brakes on my channel. Now I know it's
Yeah, your audience, nigga. You don't want to admit that you're not the cool guy. That
Ain't
you
never
thought
been.
you thought that you was Mr. Cool Guy and you wasn't. Nigga, you are a crash out. You are a crash out. You based your whole fucking persona on crashing out. And eventually, just like Boo Gang, he died out. Now he gave his life to God. Now he living for, he Boo Ganging for the Lord. Whole lot of prayer shit. The crash out is over, nigga. Now it's time for the burn. You crashed. Now you burning.
I don't want to see Hassan Campbell trying to act like a preacher.
He been doing this for months now. See?
You
He's been doing that for months now.
two things.
never
I know
feminine.
I've learned that other YouTubers will put bots on your channels when they feel like you copy competition, the same way you'll pay for views.
Yo, you know what I realized? He said my only problem, meaning singular, meaning one issue.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't heard about 6, 7 of them so far. He said my only issue with Jada Kiss and Fat Joe starting a podcast is if they talk about the industry. And then listed a whole bunch of other shit. I notice he does that a lot too. He'll make it seem like it's about one thing, but if you listen to him, there's a whole plethora of issues that he has.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen closely, you can tell what his real issue is. He's mad that the celebrities, the real celebrities, are coming to YouTube and they're taking over.
Yep. But let me
But
drop down. I just came up to say, hey, I'm tired as hell. I hate Atlanta traffic.
appreciate you for coming up. I
No
love your hair.
problem. Thank
You
you.
better not take that out.
I'm not planning on it.
All right. But his real issue is he's upset that real celebrities are coming over and to YouTube and they're taking over. He called him Zoolander. Are you calling me Zoolander lips or him Zoolander lips? But the thing about it is the real big content creators that he keep mentioning, they don't have a problem with it because they have their own audience. Oh, all right, yo. I was going to say, damn, you came in cooking me. But he called him Zoolander lips. But he has an issue with it because he only talks about the celebrities, right? And if the celebrities are doing podcasts, people aren't going to want to hear his. They're going to want to hear it from the horse's mouth instead of his second and third hand information. Because you got to think about it. Everything he puts out is second and third hand information when it comes to celebrities and especially shit that's going on in New York. Why would they want to listen to him if they're getting it hit straight from the horse's mouth? That's why Math Hopper surpassed you. He keeps trying to take credit for it, talking about his audience merged with Math audience. If that was the case, why didn't your audience leave when you left math? Doesn't make sense. He mad because math surpassed him. Because why would they want to hear second and third hand information from Hassan Campbell when they can hear it from the horse's mouth? 35 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hitting that like button and support the channel with the Cash App, with the PayPal. Put something on that loud bag. $1, $2, $3, $4. 37 people in the chat. Everybody send $1 to the Cash App, PayPal right now. Well, I'm putting live streams on all you motherfuckers. By the time I'm done, y'all gonna be hitting the like button and Pelicans Bay. Subscribe program, nigga. Y'all missing y'all blessings.
With me in the algorithm.
Jaded, lock the chat. Lock the chat. Jaded, I'm gonna need you to lock the doors in the chat. Lock the doors in the chat. Lock the doors in the chat. Remy needs his loud pack. So lock the doors in the chat. Ain't nobody leaving. I got poor Marvin Sapp on you niggas. Lock the doors in the chat, Jay.
And now I'm posting videos up after 3 hours on YouTube. My channel, my video is not even growing no more. Somebody hit the brakes on my channel. Now I know it's two things. I know
nobody didn't hit the brakes on your channel. Just your channel just ass now, bro. Like what the fuck? It's ass. That's why I'm about to switch it up. The only reason why I'm doing videos on you right now is because I'm fucking bored. I'm at my baby mom's house by myself. The kids is down my mom's. She went to Miami, so I'm just here by myself. But when I get back to the crib, me and my brothers is doing other shit. We not doing Hassan. The only reason why I'm doing this shit because I'm by myself. Africa first. Peace and welcome.
I've learned that other YouTubers will put bots on your channels when they feel like you caught the competition, the same way you'll pay for views. They'll pay to slow your channel down. But it's happening.
Putting bots on the channel doesn't slow the channel down, so you're lying. First you said it was YouTube. Now it's other people putting bots on your channel to slow it down. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta come up with a better lie than that. Seriously. You gotta come up with a better lie than that. You switching your lie. First things first, you're switching your lie. First it was YouTube taking your putting the brakes on your channel. And now it is people putting bots on your channel. Boy, you full of shit. Boy, oh boy, you are full of shit, bro. You are full of shit. Is it people putting bots on your channel and paying for your channel to get fucked up, or is it YouTube playing with your numbers and putting the brakes on your channel? Yeah, he said his bro's running out of spitting lines so much. This nigga just don't want to admit that he's failing in YouTube now. All the people that you didn't clown for failing on YouTube, this is what failure looks like, nigga. A nigga trying to hold on to something that ain't there no more.
Too many channels and YouTube is not doing nothing about it. So that's my only thing I would love to see.
Wait. So YouTube, wait. Let me hear this clear.
They'll pay to slow your channel down, but I know I've learned that other YouTubers will put bots on your channels when they feel like you cop the competition, the same way you'll pay for views. They'll pay to slow your channel down. But it's happening to too many channels, and YouTube is not doing nothing about it. So
yeah, it's other content creators who see each other's content competition, paying to slow other people's channels down. And YouTube ain't doing nothing about it. Well, let's play. Let's go on. Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say that was the case. Why the fuck would YouTube help you when you were blaming YouTube in the first place? Why would they help you? You said it was them. You accused them of doing it. Now you ain't got no proof that YouTube doing it. Oh, it was other content creators that's doing it. I've never seen any proof of that either. I've seen bots being put in chats, but that doesn't slow the chat down, and it doesn't slow your views down either. Putting bots in the channel does not slow your views down. So, nigga, you gotta come up with something else.
that's my only thing. I would love to see Fat Joe talk about the industry and how many niggas he kept out of the industry, gatekeeping. I would love to see. I would love to hear the truth come out. I would love to see what how the chemistry.
Nigga, you keep talking about truth. Your truth isn't everybody else. Your truth isn't nobody's truth. If we're being frank about this, your truth isn't anybody's truth. Your truth is made up conspiracies that you come up on your drunk nights and convince yourself that they're real. Or a movie that you saw or a song that you heard. You base all your life experiences off of movies and songs at 50 years old, my nigga. That's what makes it terrible. They said we bought y'all. We said the only people putting bots in the channel was him. That's true. Robbie, what's up with you? If somebody trying to stop his money, they would have just took his super chats. Bam. That makes a lot of sense. If he really believes, Renegade says, if he really believes someone was trying to stop his money, they would just take his super chats. Yeah.
Between Fat Joe and Jada, but not at the expense of niggas who built this platform being pushed out.
What you mean, not at the expense? How is it their fault that they're getting more views than you? And nobody's being pushed out but you. Because nobody else is complaining about it. So you're the only person that obviously is being pushed out. They got sponsors. I see Verizon and Boost Mobile at the top of their shit. You're mad, bro, that these niggas is able to grab sponsors and start a motherfucking podcast. And you can't do it with nobody because nobody wants to fuck with you. You're not lucrative. You're not lucrative. The only person that ever wanted to sell you was Bambada.
What's the difference between that and the colonizer coming to the hood? What's the difference between the colonizers coming to the hood and buying Harlem after you done fixed it up? What? You made Harlem look beautiful, then they done put you out and moved in, and then it's the same thing. No, some of these rappers and these athletes ain't no different from the colonizers. They thought they was too bougie for the people.
So what are you talking about, bros? That's just like you saying you coming on YouTube when their videos have been up on YouTube for their music videos have been up on YouTube for since YouTube started. Technically, they were on YouTube before you. So how is it wrong for them to decide to switch lanes? Because they were already on YouTube with their music longer than you ever was on YouTube. So because they want to switch lanes, you're butthurt over it? Because you're not going to get the views anymore? If you're so talented and so great at YouTube, no, my bad, Renegade. If you're so talented and so great at YouTube, why don't you create another lane? If you're such this big YouTuber and you so great at it, why don't you create another lane? Why don't you create some different content? Move your audience. Bronx River. Blicky, what's up? Why don't you create another lane?
They was too bougie for the people once upon a time. And now when they money starts slowing up and they done ran through that bag and got their 15 minutes of fame over there, now they trying to come over here. And the truth of the matter is, I don't know how you YouTubers don't see it, but we being... No, nigga. That's you. Now that your bag ran out, you just spent all that fucking money up. Your butt hurt that the celebrities are deciding to be podcasts because your shit is drying up, and you know that once they fully get integrated, your shit is going to be all the way dried up. We're looking at your numbers. We've been looking at them all night, my nigga. Your shit is drying up, and you keep trying to say that, and you keep projecting that on the rappers. Oh, the rapper shit is drying up, and they trying to come over here. You notice no other content creator is saying this, right? He's the only one. And now you're trying to force other content creators to think like you. No, nigga. They got their own lanes, and they're doing fine. Their shit obviously isn't dragging. Nobody other. You said the other bull getting 9,000. He went to 30,000. You notice that other bull still ain't complaining, right? Notice he still ain't complaining because that's probably just on YouTube. He probably got other streaming platforms. You can't transcend out of YouTube, and you pushed out. And it ain't right because we built this. It's like how black people feel about America. We built this, and now we being faded out on. You keep talking about we in both categories, in YouTube and black people. You keep saying we. What did you build on YouTube that other people weren't doing? What are you doing on YouTube that there weren't a bunch of fucking white folks doing? Crashing out. All you did was crash out. There were plenty of crash outs before you, and there are going to be plenty of crash outs after you. And nigga, you got your fucking eyebrows done. I'm just now realizing that. This nigga got his eyebrows done. On purpose. Our audience is just not watching the videos. They're playing with the numbers. That's no, you're not watching you, nigga. I would love to see exactly how Fat Joe and Jada put this together. You heard what he just said? I was playing with the numbers. Purpose. Our audience is just not watching the videos. They're playing with the numbers. Our this audience town is of a washed up videos. They're playing with the numbers. Our audience is just not watching the videos. They're playing with the numbers. This is the rant of a washed up YouTuber. This is the rant of somebody who whole life and longevity, whatever that I say. I hope I said that right. Livelihood, not longevity. Livelihood. I'm thinking of longevity. I mix livelihood and longevity together. Longevity.
I'm gonna use that. His livelihood is all YouTube. His finances, everything, and it's running out. So he's coming up with he's grasping for straws. He's coming up with every single excuse he can to make it seem like he's not falling off, when he's actually falling the fuck. He fell way off. Looking at these numbers and what you claim you make, whatever he claiming that he's making right now is what he used to make. And if he was making 5 figures, from making 5 figures a month to 6,000 in 90 days, pick your feet up, nigga. Your shoes untied. You fell hard. Pick your feet up, nigga. Your shoes untied. Because you fell hard. Hard. That's a huge fall off. That's like when them Jews took Kanye West's money. How he went from 11 billion to 200 million. That's what that's like. Longevity. Get up, Shane. Get up. You keep chasing ghosts, you're going to fuck around and end up in the graveyard. So come on, Shane. And punch him in his face. Get up, Shane. How many fingers am I holding up? Shane, you look like shit. How many fingers am I holding up? I just watched that shit the other night. 35 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Put something on that loud pack. Everybody send $1 right now. 35 people send it. Everybody in the chat send $1 right now. Remy can get his loud pack. So hit the Cash App and the PayPal. And make sure y'all hitting that like button. He said, how many fingers am I holding up? You keep chasing ghosts, you're going to end up in the graveyard. Punched him dead, this shit knocked him right the fuck back out. You look like shit, Shane. She loves him. Fuck.
Take on the situation.
What he say? She loves him. Fuck. I'm watching that tonight. I'm going to sleep watching that. I'm watching that tonight. I got the day to myself. Jim Jones left the people in tears after. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Hold on, let's go to this Jim Jones shit. He wouldn't even let the man grieve, yo. He wouldn't even let the motherfucker grieve. First, he complained about him not talking about the old lady. Then he takes credit for him talking about the old lady. And then he claims him speaking at the funeral. The fucking funeral can't even be private.
And I just earned so much. Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off those shoes and super violate that like button. Jim Jones speaks out on the death of 61-year-old woman from Harlem. Let's get straight to the tale of the tapes.
End up getting killed in senseless violence in front of a building in my neighborhood in Harlem on my block. And I just want to send my prayers, my condolences. I mean, this lady was a patient of my neighborhood. She looked after all the kids there. If you was hungry, she'd go upstairs and cook for you. Like her heart was the reason why I tried to help her with her store when she was in the midst of losing and things like that. She's a mother. She's a grandmother. She ran outside trying to figure out if her grandson was out there and got hit with a stray.
Oh my gosh.
It's just so cold, and I'm so disappointed in my neighborhood. I'm so disappointed in myself because the generation that comes up after us is a generation that we raised, and we're not raising them the way we need to. You know what I mean? Like, we need to take accountability and responsibility for how we raise our kids. This is a reflection on us. And it's hard for me. I'm not trying to paint the kettle black because I've been in these positions, but I've been trying to change myself for my kids as I got older. And I know I'm in a different position than most people, and I know but it's disgusting. It's disgusting what's going on in all our neighborhoods. But for me to be on that block as often as I am and to know that happened, and I could have even have been out there. It could have, you know what I mean? But to know that Mama Z, a person that really, really, really loved our neighborhood, our community, and I've just got close with her in the past few years, but I've watched her in my neighborhood for years. You know what I mean? Just pretty much helping and molding these kids and things like that. And it just hurts my heart, man. Like, just to even, like, I thought about that. I cried so hard that night when they told me that happened. I went and stood on a block for hours, like in the wee hours in the morning. It's like, and I've been through there. Like, you know, I'm a kid that wasn't always a good kid. You know what I mean? And I had to go through a lot of shit to get to the point.
To all you people out there that be sitting up there saying why you ain't picking on Jim Jones, or why you always picking on, why you so hard? Because of this reason right here. And with that being said, that was powerful, Jim Jones. Because I could feel your hurt.
Jaded, I appreciate the dollar with that long ass name. Jaded with that long ass name. I appreciate it. Now y'all know y'all fucking up now. Cause Jaded never donate. And even Jaded put a dollar in the chat. I mean in the cash app. Damn, JD, his name long as shit, bro. You got one of them Akon names. He said, I'm surprised he isn't complaining about black women. Thanks you to put up in Texas. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Hurtness, you heard my words. Not only did you hear my words,
you hear this nigga? This nigga really? You hear this nigga? You heard my words. Wait a minute. So see, this is the lose-lose situation I'll be talking about when it comes to Hassan Campbell. If he didn't say nothing, he would have just complained and complained and kept complaining about it. Now that he did say something, he takes credit for it. Oh, you heard my words, like Jim Jones just sitting around watching Hassan Campbell and say, oh, I said I should say something, so I should say something. Jim ain't this nigga here.
Ties to this woman, and you got the felt, yo, this is all I really wanted from Jim Jones. This is all I really wanted. For him to be accountable and know the roles that we play as men for the next generation. And I just earned so much respect in this interview right here for Jim Jones for just taking accountability. For just taking accountability. Let's not forget.
Wait, what is he accountable for? I'm not understanding. What is he supposed to be accountable for? You mean the same shit that you put out? You brag about what is it? I have never heard Jim Jones brag about any unalivings or any crimes that he has committed. Never heard him brag about any crimes he's committed. At least not on the internet. But he's the one that needs to take accountability. Bro, That's wild. That's extra wild. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life. Never heard no shit like that in my life, bro.
Man,
He really taking credit for it. Like,
it's all good
Jim Jones.
until somebody we love is in a rest in peace t-shirt. The lifestyle that we glorify, it's all good until it's one of our family members. The crew, the crowd in front of the building, burning the candles, pouring out the liquor. It's all good. We can't be hypocritical when it comes to these streets.
But you act like a hypocrite all day long.
I'm sorry Jim Jones had to go.
But you act like a hypocrite all day long. Hold on.
Go through that. But I can't apologize to him for putting himself through that. His words, his lyrics, his actions, they led to that. Because we push these kids to be egotistical. We push these kids to feel like they just got to be tough for no reason. They got to get a rep. Who wins in this situation? Who wins? I'm going to say it again. Shout out to Jim Jones for this is what the people need to hear, Jim Jones. That's the first step in stages in healing the community. Don't let that woman, her blood, the blood she lost on that sidewalk, don't let it go in vain, Jim Jones. Please.
This nigga try to act like he cared. Like, this is what I mean about him capitalizing off of somebody else's death. And then you go put the lady's funeral up just to speak on Jim Jones. Like, what about the privacy of this lady's family?
Please use your power. Please use your power. I know I said some hard things about you in the past. And for the most part, you were somebody that's gifted and you were put in a position where you were elevated. And believe it or not, when you elevated and you speak, people are listening. These young boys need to know that they can't take our library. They can't take our seniors. They can't take grandma. They can't take grandma. Nana was all we had. When we had beef with our mothers, our grandmothers is all we had. When we wasn't getting along with our mothers, and some of our mothers was on drugs.
Your mother wasn't on drugs. Your mother never took a drug a day in their fucking life. Your mother never took a drug a day in her motherfucking life.
Your mother was nowhere to be found. You could always rely on grandma.
Nequa, what's up, sis?
The hood took grandma. Shout out to Jim Jones. for taking accountability. I ain't asking you to be soft. I know we all been through some stuff. I'm just making you, or trying to make them understand that all we got is us in the hood. And if they hurting us and we hurting us, we can't win. That's all I ever wanted was some of these rappers to just take accountability. When you let evil spread, and when I say evil, I'm talking about this gangster persona that's been passed through. It ain't just in the hood no more. It's creeping up in the suburbs. And it's turning little innocent kids that grew up with silver spoons into monsters. It's time for us to make a change. When I became a YouTuber, what they call an influencer, they say when you know better, you do better. That's just all I really, really want. I can't sit up there and say, I hate Jim Jones or Mano. I just know as a father, as an uncle, the things that we see on TV and we listen to the radio, the things that are coming out of these rappers and these actors, like these things that's being glorified. It's my job to speak out against it. It's my job as
you know, you think it's your job, and that's your problem.
a parent. I have no choice. That's all it really is. I don't have no beef.
As a parent, you do have a choice. It's called shutting the fuck up. And how you ain't got no choice, but everybody else do? Nigga, you have a choice.
With these brothers,
Sorry, I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
I just know the effects that the gangster persona, the gang culture, the death culture, it got our community in the chokehold. And the truth of the matter is we don't have a community. That's not a community. We being held hostage in the hood by our own people. Gang culture has become the new slave master, the new colonizer. What Michael Jackson said? All I really want to say is they don't really care about us. All I really want to say is they don't really care about us. If they don't care about us, and we don't care about us, it's safe to say we doomed. Shout out to Jim Jones for taking accountability. That's the first steps and stages for us healing the hood. When you know better, we got to do better. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. Stay in the house. Wow.
That's not what I want to play next. This is what I want to play next. This nigga ain't even let this nigga talk at this lady's funeral in peace. That's how you know that you stalking a nigga. You stalked this nigga all the way to a lady's funeral. Like that's some real stalker shit. You stalked this nigga all the way to a funeral? Where did you even get the video?
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Let me start off by saying, rest in peace, Mama Z. My prayers go out to her family. My prayers go out to the community. My prayers go out to her friends. Wow. Jim Jones had niggas choked up. Jim Jones had me Jim Jones had me teary-eyed with a speech.
Oh, yes.
And that's where she's at.
Praise God. Praise God.
I was thinking how I should approach this. I know I got 2 minutes, so I'm gonna take up the time that God let me take up 1 second.
This nigga, I don't feel like listening to Jim Jones. I'm not. It's just the fact that you talking about he had you teary-eyed. This is supposed to, like, this nigga wish-washy.
And to my block, you know I love you forever. Like I said, God is good. Amen.
And it's like, there's a saying in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if you save the life of one person, it is as if you saved the life of mankind. And I know I come with a lot of controversy, but you got to keep yourself relevant on this internet. And these are the moments that
Look at this nigga. Look at the bags under his eye. Yo, bro, you the bills ain't hitting it. The bills is coming in. You stressed right now, ain't you? You said what happened to her? Oh, that's the grandma that got shot in the head in I think Harlem. Yeah. Look at this nigga eye though. Look at his eyes. Them, bro. 50-year-old bum. That nigga stressed. That nigga stressed. Negro, we just found out that he only made $6,000 in the past 90 days off YouTube.
I live for on this internet, to be the voice, to say,
Nigga, you are not the voice. See, these are signs that a nigga is falling off. They start bragging about their income. They start listing accomplishments that they didn't do. They start giving themselves titles that were never given to them. That's when you know a nigga falling off.
enough is enough. We lost this beautiful pillar, Mama Z. We lost an elder. We lost a library. When you lose an elder, you lose a library. We lost a mother. We lost a grandmother. We lost a friend. We lost somebody that cares about the community.
You need to lose some of them fucking bags something. Damn, bro. You should have kept your glasses on. You look like somebody fucked you up. Like somebody punched you in both eyes. Double joint. Hitting with the shaggy joint.
Jim Jones gave a powerful speech. It was touching. Coming from Jim Jones. You see, we really get to
Let me find out that you was just crying over what Jim Jones said, and that's why your eyes all baggy like that. Let me find out that you were just crying. He did say his speech had him teary-eyed. Let me find out that nigga was sitting there crying in the car or crying on the couch. 35 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hitting that like button, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, put something on that loud pack. If everybody except Jaded send $1 right now, we'd be great. Let me be able to get that loud pack. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Venmo. $1, $2, $3, $4.
We really got to see the sensitive side of Jim Jones, the caring side, and I think that was a beautiful side. I really think we need to see more of that side of Jim Jones. I think the hood,
No, the fuck we don't, bro. Like, you the only one that want to see the sensitive side of other men, my nigga. He's the only one that want to see the sensitive side of other men. I think we need to see the sensitive side. No, nigga, you're the only one out here acting like a female. Stop trying to encourage other men to act like you. You have female traits. And them traits that you display are feminine. Stop trying to encourage other men to be like you. You're feminine, my nigga. Or would you like to say feminine? He like to say feminine. He can't pronounce feminine. You're feminine, my nigga. You have female traits. The things you do are things that women do. So stop trying to encourage other grown-ass men to do things that women do.
community needs to see more. Them young boys out there in the street, they need to know that, yo, we don't have to be tough all the time. And you know what? Hurt people hurt people. And this woman was hurting in the process of hurting her. Y'all hurt the community. And it's sad when you sit back and you look and you analyze the situation, because here it is. You got this young boy. He turns himself in. And I don't really know what to feel about it. But I kind of get it. I understand. Because in the process of us trying to hurt us, in the process of us trying to hurt us, scoring.
Rex in the bushes, appreciate the 5. I see I gotta put live streams on all you niggas. I see I gotta put live streams on all you niggas.
Points on each other. Mama Z got caught in the middle, caught in the mix, and she became a casualty of hood politics. And I don't think that young man meant to do what he did, but it doesn't matter. Because saying sorry ain't going to take away the pain. And then when I sit back and I analyze when he turned himself in.
Do you have anything to say to her family? Ricky Shelby was arrested for murder yesterday afternoon for the death of Xenia Matei. You see her right there as she was shot last Tuesday outside of her home by a stray bullet. He's the second person to be arrested in connection to the Harlem grandmother's innocent bystander murder. Her funeral is set for.
You know the crazy thing about it is you can't even let Jim Jones have his moment with that lady. You didn't know her, and you still try to take away his moment. You saw that he actually spoke up, and then you try to take that moment away from him. Then when he spoke at the funeral, you stalked him all the way to the funeral to take that moment away from him too, nigga? Just to see his sensitive side? You's a weird motherfucker, bro. And you can't even do it right. You can't even articulate your own shit.
He turned himself in, and his family was standing out there cheering him on.
Look at that nigga eye, yo. Somebody leaked him. Somebody gave that nigga a shiner. We got pink eye. Or you got pink eye. One or the other. 36 people in the chat. Let me check these likes. I ain't been checking these likes. Hold on. Let me check these likes. My bad. I'm over here doing shit I ain't supposed to be doing. Eyebrows, eyebrows. We got 40 likes, 37 people in the chat. All right. I got more likes than people in the chat. That's the first. All right. Can't argue with that. All right. Still need something on that loud pack. We ain't complaining though. I'm just putting live streams on all you motherfuckers.
And I get it. They did for him at a time that he needs them. But at the same time, looking at it on TV and the way it's playing out, it just comes off so distasteful.
What?
And I don't want to be a hypocrite to the family.
See what I mean?
Or be a hypocrite, period, because a lot of us, most of my friends are in jail for murder.
I'm going to keep it a bean. Oh, yeah. All of his friends and stuff are in jail. From 42 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Everybody send $1. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Everybody send $1 except for Jaded and Rex. Remember to get that loud back. So hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. But he said, no, that's a mink mop. Yeah, I just now caught that, Jaded. Somebody mink mopped me. Talking shit to one of his big moms, some shit. But I just lost my train of thought. What was I about to say? Yeah, them people, that little boy family, when it comes to him, I'm pretty sure they're upset and disappointed that he unalived that elderly woman. But when it comes to with that little boy, with that young man's family, when it comes to him spending his life in prison, a lot of his family members is going to feel like, fuck that old lady. Like, I'm not saying fuck the old lady, but you know what I mean. They like, man, I don't know that lady. This my son, this my nephew, this my cousin. Some family members, a lot of family members might feel like that. So how is it distasteful? I'm pretty sure a lot of them are upset and disappointed that he did what he did. But they're not going to turn. How is it distasteful? Were they supposed to turn their back on him because he made a mistake in his underdeveloped brain? He's a fucking. How old is the boy? I didn't hear his age. Is he like early 20s, late teens? Brain still underdeveloped. He don't realize what the fuck he did. He understands what he did, but motherfuckers don't really comprehend it. They not understand. They know what he did. You know, killing is wrong, but them niggas don't comprehend the damage that they've done to other people and their own, how it impacts their lives and other people's lives. They don't comprehend that. So his family's going to stick by him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can see it in both eyes. Somebody farted on his pillow. Somebody shitted on that nigga pillow. That means it was probably from that dog shit all over the house out here. I heard you got them dogs. Could be from them fucking dogs. You got dog shit all over the house. Could be from that.
Or be a hypocrite, period, because a lot of us, most of my friends are in jail for murder.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say your grandmother showed up to your trial when you unalived Dennis Taplin? So was it distasteful for your grandmother to show up after you unalived the man for no reason? Allegedly, which we know you didn't do it. We know Wilson did it. Eric did it. That's why he's the one sitting in jail and you're not. But he said the paperwork said that he held the dude while Eric shot him. And he was like, but that wasn't the case. But he never verified what actually happened. He just said that wasn't the case. Meaning he couldn't think of his lie at the time.
And I pray to God that they come home. And at the same time, praying that they come home, there's somebody praying that they never come home.
Yeah, we'll do a live with you. Well, I'll do a live with you. I'm pretty sure Jaded will too. Kalia, how you doing? How you doing, beautiful? He said, "No, Haas is definitely on the spectrum." Oh yeah, we've been through that. I think the nigga got Asperger's. He can't understand or read the room. He can't comprehend a lot of shit or read the room. I think he got Asperger's.
You know what scares me?
Everything.
I don't want to be a hypocrite.
Huh?
But I know there's people out there that can't wait to Nipsey Hussle me.
But you are.
They can't wait to do me like King Von. They can't wait to do me like Mo 3. They can't wait to do me like Chinks. So what's a nigga to do?
See, the difference between them and you is niggas got a legit reason to take your head off. Yeah, I don't know about Mo 3 and none of them. These niggas just, people really have a good legit reason to take your fucking head off, bro. They really have a legit reason to take your head off. I don't know if they had legit reasons to the Mo 3, don't think they did. And Shanks, I don't know who the fuck that is, but rest in peace to him. But yeah, people have a legit reason to want to take your fucking head off. You saying that as if they just hating on you.
My question is, when are we gonna make it safe outside for each other? When are we gonna stop getting pissed off?
Nigga. Nah. Mm-mm. Nah, nigga. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We not taunting niggas. We not taunting people and talking about I called the shooters out and then you want to taunt people on the internet and then say when are we gonna make it safe outside for others? No, that's not how that works, my nigga. That's definitely not how that works. That's definitely not how that works. You taunted the gangsters. Now you have to deal with the consequences. Now, people like me and other people who don't go around taunting real street niggas for clout, we can say that. But it's already safe outside for us. To be honest with you, if you want to put it that way, it ain't safe outside for nobody. Anybody can get hit with a straight bullet. Anybody can walk outside and get hit by a car. Anybody can walk past the wrong crazy person having the wrong day. It would never be fully safe outside for anyone. Unless you're walking around with top flight security, which you need to get if you want to come outside. But you actually taunted people. You wanted to be the big gangster. Now you want sympathy? Oh, when are we going to make it safe for each other to come outside? Does that sound like a fucking so-called street nigga? That sound like a coward who ran his fucking mouth and don't know how to deal with the consequences of what the repercussions of what his mouth has led to. That's what that sounds like to me.
Because our city, our town, ain't top 5 in the homicide rate. When are we going to stop getting pissed off? Or better yet, when are we going to stop bragging about, you can't come to my hood? In America, they got sundown towns. How dare we tell each other that we can't come to each other's neighborhood?
Bro, I quit. Now this nigga trying to use sundown towns as an excuse for why he can't come to his own. Bro. We not doing that. We not doing that either. We not doing that either, nigga. I can't let you slide with that one, nigga. We ain't doing that one either. We not doing that one either, nigga. He said they got sundown towns. And we telling each other they can't come to the no. Niggas is telling you can't come to your own hood, nigga. And you know why. Don't try to make it, you try to play the victim. But that's probably why his eyes are puffy, because he was fucking crying about not being able to go back to his own hood. Yo, this nigga really just said they got sundown towns. How dare we tell each other we can't come to each other's hood? What the fuck do sundown towns got to do with you not being allowed in the hood? Niggas ain't getting told that. It's just you. I ain't never hear nobody tell me I couldn't come to their hood. Even when I was beefing with them, I never heard niggas tell me I couldn't come to their hood. Or let alone my own hood. It's just you in that category, bro. Stop trying to lump everybody else in with the. You see how he try to project his shit onto everybody else? No, nigga. It's just you being told that you can't come to the hood. It ain't everybody. It ain't everybody. It's you. Just you.
When are we going to stop getting pissed off? Or better yet, when are we going to stop bragging about, you can't come to my hood? In America, they got sundown towns. How dare we tell each other that we can't come to each other's neighborhood?
He really trying to pull the race card on us, yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's desperation. Just 2-3 days ago, you was like, niggas, you see how niggas trying to tell me, a grown man, that I can't come to my hood? I don't want to go back. Who wants to sit in the pissy hallways and I would fuck Bronx River and you tired of being on that couch, huh? Move, nigga. Move. Because you ain't gonna never be allowed outside until they catch you, bro. You might as well go outside and take your lickings. But apparently they shot at you, so they ain't trying to beat you up. They trying to kill you, man. They trying to unalive you. And I ain't gonna lie, it's well deserved. I don't want to see it, but it's well deserved, bro. You just said, oh, you done made every thug look gay. You done threw other people under the bus. And then you harassing people and threatening people, push people, mothers down the steps at 6 o'clock in the morning and showing up at 3, 4 in the morning yelling, pain, screaming through the hallways and all types of shit. You didn't tell you claim that you terrorized the neighborhood. The only terrorize we seen you doing is when you was harassing them old folks at 3 in the morning. Standing out in front of people's buildings yelling and shit. That's the only time we seen you terrorize anything.
People like Harriet Tubman in the past set up safe zones so that we could escape the torment, the pain, and the torture that this world had to offer us.
What the fuck did that got to do with modern days? Nothing. You're trying to play the victim to get your way back in the hood. It's not gonna. Them niggas don't give a fuck about Harriet Tubman. Look at this face. Look at this. This is the face of a coward. This is the face of a coward. You're trying to use Harriet Tubman in sundown towns to play the victim to get back in the hood. You're not getting back in the hood. I ain't from the hood. I just know that they get back in, bro. You embarrassed them. You sat there and shitted on them for 15 years plus. You fucked up niggas' businesses. All that. And you think they're gonna let that shit slide, bro?
And now, in today's time, we have become faces of death.
Says the nigga that walks around bragging about murders that he didn't commit. You want to be the face of death. There's a difference. The black folks who, most of them did become the face of death, it wasn't their intentions. You, on the other hand, you want to be the face of death, but ain't got the balls to actually put in the work.
I have to hide and duck from my reflection. You are my reflection. I am your reflection. You are my twin. You are my brother.
No, the fuck we are not. We are not twins, my nigga. We are not reflections. When I look into my reflection, I see a straight man who only like vajayjays, who has never touched a man sexually, would never let a man touch him sexually. That's what I see in the mirror. We can't be the same. We can't be each other's reflections because you let a man go plukamus and your dukamus and let him walk around and let you tell the tale. We can't be reflections of each other. It's impossible. We ain't cut from the same cloth. You had a full-blown relationship with a big-ass gorilla-looking nigga for 20-something years, according to you, and watched him do it to other children, and you threatened other children, and you threatened men. We can't be the same reflection. You can't be the same reflection of no straight man in America. In the world, nigga. No straight man in the world would have done the shit that you've done or said the shit that you've said. You can never be a reflection of me. You said that's the face of an idiot. That nigga got his eyebrows done too. He said he got a dick-shaped nose. Yeah, right. Nobody wants to be nobody's face of death. But he wants to be.
It's safe to say it ain't safe outside.
Because nigga, no
Will that ever change?
No.
Will we?
Nigga, it's not safe for nobody outside, my nigga. It's just double not safe for you because you're a fucking idiot who taunted people and didn't think that it was going to get no backlash from it.
Ever be happy to see one another in the streets when nobody's smiling? Will we ever change the energy or the self-hate that we got towards one another?
There is no self-hate towards you, bro. Every bit of hatred towards you is justified. It has nothing to do with self-hate. It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with you being a fraud, a predator, and just a all-around coward. A loudmouth coward. That's it. That's all it is, my nigga. It has everything to do with you being a loudmouth coward, a fraud, and a predator. You look like I don't
know why Jim Jones
file with that shaved ass face, look like a shaved
said
bird.
He can't speak.
Whoa! He did it again. Let's put it in slow-mo. Put it up full mass. And we're gonna put it in slow-mo. He did it again. Can anybody tell me what I'm talking about?
Why Jim Jones said he.
Can anybody tell me what's going on here?
Jim Jones. Jim Jones. Jim Jones. Jones.
Can anybody tell me what the fuck?
You better be careful, little buddy.
This nigga licking his lip, but did you see how he drifted off to the side? That nigga started fantasizing. Watch, he started looking off. Watch, this nigga looking off into nothingness all majestically. That nigga was fantasizing, looking off into the distance, majestically. Look at this shit. He was fantasizing from the rip. He was fantasizing from the beginning. That's why he paused. Jim Jones, Jim Jones, Jim Jones. When you talk gangster, nigga.
I don't know why Jim Jones.
Yeah, he's fantasizing about that nigga. Yeah, that nigga was fantasizing. That nigga was, he looked off into the distance, paused. He said Jim Jones, well, all he had to do was say Jim Jones and got his panties wet. Started biting his lip and everything. He got his, he moist, he's saturated. Would you say Shadow? He said, I bet you she made nunchucks out of frozen chicken legs. He caught it. Big C, peace and welcome. 37 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button to support the channel. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Like I said, all 37. We got 6 on the loud pack so far, family. We got 6 on the loud pack. Who else gonna be the unsung hero? Good God, he moist. Who will be the unsung hero tonight to put something on that loud pack? Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal.
Said he can't speak out against the violence, but I will when I can.
When did he say
I just
that?
asked y'all ahead of time. Please forgive me.
Wait, when did Jim Jones just say that? He just, you just said that he took accountability, which we all heard him say. He took accountability. He said we need to do better. When did he say he can't speak out against the violence? You see what I mean? He tries to snatch the nigga moment. He puts it up on a pedestal just so he can push it off. Put him up on a pedestal like, yeah, he finally did what I said, and then so he can push him right off of it. He said he ain't gonna speak about the violence, but I am. You see what I mean? The nigga couldn't even let the nigga have a grieving moment with someone close to him at a funeral. He had to take that, he had to try to take that moment from him too. This nigga's a weirdo.
I don't know why Jim Jones said he can't speak out against the violence, but I will when I can. I just asked y'all ahead of time. Please forgive me, just in case. I've been shot in 2 separate situations in my life.
What the fuck? You see? Here we go. Here we go. Every video. Either you've been shot, you jumping out of cabs with 2 guns blazing, or he murdered 17,000 people. Every video. That's why your numbers are dropping, because they're tired of hearing these same 2 situations. We're tired of it. I said this too. Go back to my video of him getting shot. I literally said this. I said he gonna milk this shit until he can't milk it no more. First thing he did was went to the hospital, took a bunch of selfies, a bunch of fucking videos, and then talked about it for the next year. It's been 2 years, a year, 2 years since he been shot, and he has talked about the shit nonstop. How many times are we gonna hear this shit? We don't care.
First time I got shot, they locked me up for shooting 3 people. The second time, y'all seen it all over TV. Me breaking down on a mental roller coaster.
Wait a minute. What did he say?
First time I got shot, they locked me up for shooting 3 people.
You're lying, bro. There is no records of that. We've looked up your rap sheet. There are no records of you being arrested for shooting people. There's a record of you being questioned and charged for a murder that you didn't commit, that you snitched on your homie. That's the only record of you doing it. And then you didn't even go to jail for that. You went to jail for beating up your baby mom or whatever girlfriend you had at the time. You didn't go to jail for that. You've never gone to jail for shooting anybody. There's no records of this. Not one. He said somebody said shot. Yeah, I knew that was coming. There's no records of you being put in prison for shooting people. And again, did I not just say this 5 minutes ago? He's talking about everybody else, but yet he's bragging about shooting people that he didn't shoot. I shot 3 people. This is the first time we ever heard this story, too.
The second time, y'all seen it all over TV. Me breaking down on a mental roller coaster ride. There won't be a third time without me going out without a fight.
You said that about the last shooting. You said when you got shot before you got shot last time, those were your exact words. And you hop, skipped, and jumped your ass in the car and ran. Stop with the fables, my nigga. You said this already. You said when you got shot in Bronx River back in the 90s, best believe it, I'm going out in the blaze of glory and over ain't nothing, blah, blah. You're saying basically what you're saying now. You got shot in Bronx River, you jumped in the car, you skirted off. And the thing about it, you try to say that was a suicide mission. Who shows up to a suicide mission with a T-bone steak knife and then run when the bullets start flying? That's not a suicide mission. That was a cry for attention.
The question is why do I have to fight?
You have to fight because you kept running your fucking mouth. That's why. Those are the cons. You have to fight because those are the consequences of you jumping on this internet, jumping out the window, and running your mouth. Now you want to play victim and act like you ain't do nothing to nobody. You ain't say nothing to nobody. You ain't threatening nobody. You ain't sexually threatened sexual bodily harm on the people. Now you just a couch potato that just on the internet just innocent. Nigga, please.
All I really want to say is they don't really care about us. If they don't care about us, and we don't care about us, we doomed.
We've heard that 1,000 times. Yet we're still striving. This nigga full of shit. We'll be going 2 hours. I might go another hour. I don't know. That depends. That depends. 40 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the cash app. Hit the PayPal.
80-year-old man.
We got 6 on the loud pack. Who will be the unsung heroes tonight?
Shall we begin?
Well, this is getting so corny.
Shall we begin? Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off.
Bro, this is why your audience isn't engaging, bro. They're tired of hearing the same fucking slogans all day long. The same old petty ass intro. The same old just everything, bro. It's just the same. I'm even getting tired of it. I'm the only one that report on you. I don't see nobody else reporting on Hassan Campbell but the other chick. That's it. And don't nobody report. You know why? Because you're boring. You're boring now. I'm starting to fall asleep, to be honest with you. Like, you're putting me to sleep. Because you're predictable. See, people liked you in the beginning because you were unpredictable. And that's what it is. You were unpredictable in the beginning because you used to pull a bunch of shenanigans and people couldn't predict what you were. But now, every video, I can call out what you're going to say before you say it because you're so fucking predictable. You say the same shit over and over. You ain't got nothing to talk about.
Off your shoes. And super violate that like button. That like button, disrespected. Give it a black eye, elbow it. Do the Hulk Hogan leg drop. Just hit that like button. Smokey Robinson. 80-year-old man. Multiple allegations from his, some would say maybe his home attendants, housekeepers, maids, whatever you want to call it. One of them specifically, because I don't know too much of the details. So be patient with me. I'm only going based off of the little bit that they let out there. Smokey Robinson, a Motown legend, who's part of the industry, who lives and was raised in Satan's house. Yes, we know these niggas is capable of anything. Anything? Absolutely anything. Right? But you want me to give you an ugly truth or a beautiful lie? Coming from Hassan Campbell.
Predictable.
Let's start with the little bit that I know. I only know a little bit. They only let out a little bit.
Here we go.
Smokey Robinson is 80 years old. Some of the images of the women that I've seen, they're senior citizens as well, right? One of them specifically was his worker. I'm going to say worker, because I'm not sure of the details of his exactly what kind of work she did. His worker for 20 years. And for 20 years, how they say, something just ain't right. He got the Bill Cosby treatment. He's getting the P. Diddy treatment, right?
What are you talking about?
For 20 years. For 20 years.
You was fucking Bambada for 20 years.
You ever watch back in the days, anybody of my generation used to watch The Incredible Hulk? And his famous slogan.
Predictable. Fucking predictable. He's going to put a TV, a movie, some type of film, or a song in it. God, nigga, can you do something else, bro? If you're going to keep naming movies, at least do a biopic or something, or somebody's actual life. You keep picking fiction movies to compare to life. You go off of fiction movies and think this shit is real.
I should bring it back because sometimes I take things from the past that nobody's using. You wouldn't like me when I get angry.
Nigga, the Hawk says that in everything. Back in the day, now, in the future, that's the Hawk's #1 slogan. What the fuck are you talking about? He made it seem like the Hawk only said it back in the day.
I'm getting angry.
Well, now he's angry, y'all.
So his
he's
worker,
angry.
maid,
Angry.
butler, whatever you want to call her, or them, allowed him to harass them sexually for 20 years. For 20 years.
He's on the predator side.
The woman that was
never on the victim side. Always on the predator side. You let Bambada go. You took P. Diddy's side when Cassie got that 30 million. When the bull from the Medea show came out, the victim shamed him. The lady from the what's her name case, you do nothing. I've never seen you take a victim side. Only time you took a victim side is to use it against one of your enemies. You've never taken a victim side that didn't have something to do with your enemy.
With Smokey Robinson for 20 years. I'm going to pretend that I'm her husband and I want you dudes to close your eyes. You know, like that movie, The Time to Kill? I want you to close your eyes.
More movies.
And I want you to picture your wife telling you that for 20 years, Smokey Robinson
40 people in the chat
was sexually harassing you.
He's laughing at it. This is a victim, y'all. Laughing at other victims.
With all the jobs that she could have worked, she could have left that job 1,000 times.
Hold up. We're not letting this one slide. Y'all know why I'm about to say what I'm about to say, right? If you know what I'm about to say, put it in the chat. He said out of all the jobs she could have worked, nigga. Hold on. Hold up. Oh, Bam's bodyguard breaks his silence. Hassan featuring Sinetta. Bam's bodyguard breaks his silence. Holy shit. We about to check that one out. But hold on. Hold on real quick.
got no beef with him as of now.
As of
I'm
now,
doing what I
but-
do. I'm the one that brought Hassan out. Nobody knew who Hassan was. Did y'all know that?
Same time.
Mm-hmm.
You set up a conference or something like that in Harlem. Yes.
Right.
He came out there and then I don't know.
Conversation with him.
Okay.
So I called Hassan. So he says, this is what he said. As he's going to put money in the meter, he bumped Black Theater. Top called Tyler broad daylight. The world, bro. Why he's thinking that projects. Had he really thought I'd like to do it now for you, like, damn, that's bad, man. Why would he do that? Why would Son Netter do that? I know you heard about what happened to Africa Bambada. And I said, nah, I don't know nothing about that. So he's laughing, like, what? You don't know what happened? You don't know what's going on with Africa Bambada? I said, nah, bro, what's up? Tell me. He said, yo, man, having a press conference. You know, after the press conference is over, next thing you know, about within 2 weeks later, there's a video out where he's talking about, I tried to set him up to get him killed.
Like, yo, you know, because if I see somebody that tried to hurt me, I've been hurt before. So,
but within my research, I found out that you was a willful participant in you giving up your ass.
Whoa, slow down.
I know you don't want to hear, but you bringing it out.
No, slow down.
All right, let me slow down. Let me backtrack. Let me backtrack.
You got YouTube algorithms and stuff like that.
Right,
so
my bad.
That's what I'm.
Can you cut that? You can cut it.
I ain't gonna cut it.
Okay,
but
you was a willful participant in giving up your body.
Allegedly.
I'm not gonna say allegedly.
How you
giving a picture? Bambada got stabbed.
Yes.
2013. Who was awakened by Bambada. He was at my debate with the Hebrews on trial.
There you
doing
go.
security for Africa Bambada.
Listen what
he
he
was
said.
at my debate with the Hebrews on trial. Doing security for Africa Bambada. He was at my debate with the Hebrews on trial. Doing security for Africa Bambada. That was when? 2000 what? Hebrews on trial. Doing security for Africa Bambada. He was at my debate with the Hebrews on trial. Doing security for Africa Bambada. He was at.
Hold on. Now let's line this up perfectly. Let's line this up perfectly. Listen to what this nigga just said. He said out of all the jobs these ladies could have worked and had the fucking nerve.
Jobs that she could have worked. She could have left that job 1,000 times. 365 days in a year times 20 years she could have left.
One more time, Son Netter. One more time, Dirty Frank.
Was he at the debate?
He was at my debate, man. He was at my debate with the Hebrews on trial. Doing security for Africa Bambada. That was when? 2000 what?
15.
2015.
2015. That was 10 years ago. So that means Hassan was 38. Diggy Davis, peace and welcome. That means Hassan was 38. Rock solid, peace and welcome. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button. 40 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hitting that like button and support the channel. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, because I'm bringing y'all this good content. And I'm planning on probably go for another hour. So hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, put something on the nigga loud pack. We got 6 on it. But he just said, out of all the jobs that these women could have worked and quit it. But ain't that the same with you? You was 38. You said Bam molested you when you was 12. So 38 minus 12. Hold on, I can't do that math in my head. I ain't that good at math in my head. 38 minus 12, 6. What's that? 26 years? 26 years? 26 years? You did 6 more years than they did. How dare you? How motherfucking dare you? You was working this nigga security. Security during the day. His mistress at night. What type of shit is that? They got a nerve to talk about these ladies. They was being sexually harassed and they stayed less time than you. You was giving your ass up and you stayed 6 more years than they did. What? He was giving his ass up and stayed 6 more years than they did. Hold on, let me go grab my Italian sausages out the air fryer. Them joints, I can smell them. Hold up. No, I gotta leave them joints in a little longer. I like them joints to be nice and crisp.
I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm never gonna shed a tear. I could do better.
There's a song. There's a song. Predictable. Did I not call it? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard me call it. I said you're gonna sing. There's gonna be a movie. There's gonna be a song. Somewhere his street life is going to get put into it, where he got shot or where he shot somebody. Some aspect of his so-called street life is going to get put into it. It's the same song and dance every time. We got the movie, we got the song, and then we got street life. We got 2 checked off the list.
But she stayed for 20 years.
You stayed for 26.
So you're going to tell me 20 years of being with one of the best R&B singers that Motown had to offer. Not one time he didn't make your toes throw up gang signs?
You telling me 26 years with the so-called godfather of hip-hop. Oh, we know he was making your toes throw up gang signs. Nigga, this was not your category at all. You should have kept your mouth closed. Unless you was going to be on the victim side, you should have shut the fuck up. Because how are you judging? How is her story not believable, but yours is? When she probably had some type of proof that she was around this man during the time she said he was doing these things, and you have absolutely no proof that you were ever around Bambada during the time you claimed he was doing these things to you. But we supposed to believe you and not her. That's what I find crazy. Any victims with proof out there, and he'll blow them off and make them sound not believable. But he's the only victim on the internet with no fucking proof that he was around the man at the time he said he was being molested. There's no proof of Hassan ever being around Bambada at the age of 12. The only proof that we got of his whereabouts at age 12 is the statement that his mother gave. And his mother said from 12 to 13, he was always by her side. And it makes sense for the first ages that he gave. The first ages, he was 16, 17. And then niggas was like, what? Hell no. Oh, no, my bad. I was 15, 16. Niggas still like, hell no. Oh, I was 12. Some people at that fact still saying hell no. But 12 is where you draw the line. But there's no proof of him. The earliest picture we have of him being anywhere near Bambada was 17 when he was on the Midnight Marauders album cover. And it wasn't even Bambada that took him there. And according to Beastinger, he met B.O. when he was 17, and B.O. was the one who introduced him to Bambada. There is no proof. No proof. People, nobody show us a shred of evidence of him being around Bambada at that age. And according to Bullis Gotti and other sources, Bambada didn't even live in Bronx River at that time.
Now, one time, him coming on to you in that kind of manner, sexually, giving you that sexual healing. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's make love tonight. Get up, get up, get up. You gonna tell me?
What person that was molested talk about? What person that claimed that they were sexually assaulted talk about sexual assault singing songs? There's not one victim. He doesn't show victim behavior. That's all I'm saying. I've never seen a victim shame other victims or talk about them being assaulted singing songs. And we can say the same thing for Bam. You mean to tell me a nigga that wasn't going home telling his mother and coming back? According to Hassan, he was going back because Bam House was the fun house. You went back after jail, so I know he penetrated you because you went back as an adult. What's your excuse then? You said you opened the door, niggas' hands was greasy. That means it was orgies going on when you walked in. You never stated that you left. So he penetrated you, bro. There's no way he didn't. You went back as an adult. He's talking about the victim of these alleged victims of Smokey Brown or Smokey Robinson, whatever the fuck his name is. The dude that wanted to be white.
That you was willing to endure.
Yes.
Cleaning his toilets, walking his dogs, picking up his dog's poop.
Maybe these ladies, they didn't have any other job experience. Maybe they really needed the job to support their families. There could have been multiple reasons. I mean, you expect us to believe that you know, your reasons for going back to Bam House, which don't make no fucking sense. But we're not to believe that these women didn't need their job or, you know, had families to support, or they could have been illegal immigrants and couldn't get a job nowhere else. That sounds more believable than you going over to Bam House, getting fucked, and then running back because it's the fun house. No, because you got to hang with your heroes. That's another thing you say. You got to hang with your heroes. You really give up your mom gave you groceries. He gave your mom groceries. He protected and fed you. That their reasons for staying sounds a lot more legit than yours. I wonder what they're saying in the comments. At this point, everybody's suspect. It's getting out of hand at this point. Sexual allegations is the new hustle now. Yeah, right. They want to make sure every black person go. Oh, that's Eddie Griffin. Russell Simmons almost. All these. I don't know how nobody see that he's wrong.
Washing his dishes, cooking him something to eat, cleaning his clothes, washing his cars, and having sex with him for 20 years.
What he said that they were sexually harassing him. Where did you get that they were having sex with him? You see what I mean? It's believable that they were having sex with him, but it wasn't believable that you wasn't having sex with Bam. He didn't penetrate you, nigga. You's a fucking hypocrite, bro. He called him Spike from Land Before Time. That nigga Chaka from Land Before Time. No, they call him Spike. Whoa! Now I know what you're talking about. Hold on, y'all. This the best one. I ain't gonna lie. What's your name? Legal Dope 63 TV. That is hilarious. I think you got the joke of the night. Spike from Land Before Time. That nigga. Yo! I think he got the joke of the night. Hassan was accused of rape too, right? Yo, tell me that nigga don't look like Spike from Land Before Time. Yo, I think that might be the joke of the night. I think he might have got the joke of the night. He said that nigga looked like Spike from Land Before Time, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. He said Spike looks better. That might be the joke of the night. She said, nah, Spike looks better. Oh, wow. But I told y'all in the beginning, he's going victim blame, victim shame.
I'm not worried about you explaining that to the courts. The courts, as your husband. As your husband. We're not gonna play this Trump game.
So let's play his logic. Women in the chat, as his wife, he tell you he was with Bambada for 26 years, and Bambada molested him, but he shows you no proof that he was around Bambada as a kid, but you know he was around him as an adult, and he said he never penetrated him. Would you, as a wife, would you believe this nigga? Just put a yes or no in the chat for the females. Would you believe this nigga as a wife? This nigga was around you for 26 years. And said he molested him. But there's no proof of him being around him as a child. You only see proof of him being around him as an adult. And he said that he molested him, but he never penetrated him. But you know that he was going back as an adult, living with the man. Would you believe that as a woman, as his wife? He ain't penetrate you, but you was living. And you even said it. If you staying with Bambada, you fucking him. That's what he said. And then said he was sleeping on Bambada couch. When he did them 2 years in jail for beating up that woman. You know where he went? You know the first place he stopped when he went home from jail? It wasn't his baby mom's house to get some ass. It wasn't his girlfriend's house to get some ass. It was Bambada's house. He went to Bam's house. I don't know about you. 2 years away from Coochie. I don't even want to see a nigga when I get home. My brother would be like, bro, you ain't come to see me? Fuck no. I want to go see some titties. It's some duck. What you talking about? Went to go get me some duck. I'll see you in a couple days. That's all I need, because I'm fucking non-stop.
They wasn't deporting people like that 20 years ago going this hard.
Yeah, it was. Obama deported more people than Trump. Obama deported 3 million people. It wasn't 20 years ago. It was more like, how long ago was Obama? 2008? 2009? Damn near 20 years ago. Nigga deported 3 million people.
People was getting their green cards or whatever cards they need to stay into America. How do you explain to your husband, you know, the one that you went into the altar, meet me at the altar in your white dress. You went to the altar. Let's get married.
Oh my God.
For better, for worse. Until death do us part. How do you explain to me how you was cheating on me with your boss?
How the fuck do you cheat? You're automatically saying that these women are guilty for sleeping with them when they're filing harassment charges, not sexual assault charges. Sexual harassment. Sexual harassment and sexual assault are two different things. In the same way you expecting them, the same way you explained it to fucking Lily and Takoya. How do you ask that question when you had to do the same thing, and you have to do the same thing with every woman that you get with? How the fuck are you going to ask that question when you got to do the same shit? He's a hypocrite.
For 20 years. And you look at me in my face and you lying to me.
Bro, I've never seen a victim just straight up victim shame the shit out of other victims. You're calling other victims, so it's okay for you to call them liars, but it's not okay for us to call you a liar when you've shown absolutely no proof. We've never even heard anybody vouch for you. Yeah, I seen him with Bam. Nobody. Everybody be like, yo, I saw B Stinger in the studio. Even Lord Jamar was like, yeah, B Stinger was in the studio. Nobody's ever said they saw Hassan with a Bambada younger than 30.
And you was able to cover up the unthinkable that this man was doing to you. You came home for 20 years.
I'm done listening to him victim shame. I want to hear what this bodyguard had to say. Let me type it in again. There we go.
To make sure Bambada would have been safe, I even said that I would come to him. Shit, we would rent a hotel where we could go sit down, you know, where it's just going to be exclusive with us. You know, we could rent a hotel, bring some of your people.
This is Sarnetta talking. It's not no bodyguard.
I have a couple of people with me, and we sit down as witnesses, you know, that can witness the interview, you know, and that it went down. So that way, you know, even bring your film crew where they could film it. So you don't feel that nobody's going to cut out what you say. So you could also film the joint. See, you can't do that with Lisa Evans.
The bodyguard is the one that's on the phone. Sarnetta is the one that's talking, but the bodyguard is on the phone. You can tell from Sarnetta's accent.
Listen, no. The white man ain't going to allow you to film in their building. They're going to be the one filming. You see, but with us, you can film your own joint with us and make sure when we throw it up that we're not cutting nothing out, we're not adding nothing to it because you got the files yourself.
Okay, well, first off, my brother Sarnetta, I want to thank you for giving me this second interview. And yes, this is Lord Sharif, the former bodyguard of Africa Bambada, one of the former heads of Chaka Zulu Security. And again, I want to big up you, brother, for your outstanding work in the community. And I definitely appreciate this second interview.
Okay, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. First things, man, because there's a lot of unfinished business. You was really rushing through the first interview you did with our brother Star. And
absolutely.
I want to give you this opportunity to take your time and tell your story. Because Bambada was on the air tonight, on Fox News tonight, and he is still denying all the allegations that have been brought forth as far as him being a molester, as far as him, you know, being a homosexual. He is denying all the claims, brother. What would you like to share with us with your reign with Africa Bambada? You've been with Bambada for like how many years? 10 years?
Really more than 10 years. That's really more than 10 years. It goes back as far as, I go back with Bam as far as the Black Stage, 74, 75, like I pointed out to start. But let me say this before I go into that. Like you said, you know, that interview with Star, I told Star in the beginning of that interview, if anybody remembers that I'm all over the place, that's what I told Star, meaning that I was very emotional, I was very angry, very frustrated, and impulsive. And I can't even say that people twisted my words or misinterpreted my words because that interview was sloppy. I was reckless. I can be reckless at times.
Right.
So I've gathered my thoughts. You know, I'm reserved. I'm collected. And the man you spoke earlier in the week, I told you I'm going to let that video the interview stand on its own. But I've caught a little backlash from my family, particularly my spouse drove the point home. You know, and to the point where I seen that interview is incriminating me. Like I said, I can't even say, you know, people are twisting my words or people are misinterpreting my words. It was sloppy and it was reckless. And that's why, you know, I gave it some thought in between the time that me and you last spoke and said, well, let me, I gotta bring clarity to this. I gotta clarify it. I gotta correct it, you know, because I don't want anybody out there thinking that I knew about the pedophilia with him. No, that was news to me when Poppy and Ron Savage came out. But I joined Zulu Nation, okay, when I was in the 18th division of the Black Stage, coming from the west side of the Bronx to the east side of the Bronx River, Kmart Avenue, Lambert, West Arms, Bronx River, 1974. And that's when I met Bam. What I want the people to understand, my people in New York City, Bronx and Harlem, you know, the Five Boroughs, is that you got people on the outside looking in. But for those of us that have been a part of the Zulu Nation, I'm talking about from our teenage years. I was 14 when I joined the Zulu Nation. And like I told Star, I was with original Gestapo members that went to junior high school with me. Ahmed was one of those people. And that's why I met Bam at that high school before I even started meeting brothers in Bronx River, even though the brothers I was going to junior high school with was from Bronx River. Okay? And that's when Bam started the Bronx River organization. And it became the Bronx organization. About 75, 76, it was the University of Zulu Nation. I consider myself a co-founder because I started one of the first original chapters.
So he said he known Bam since 70-something. And he said the pedophilia was news to him when B Stinger and Poppy come up. So basically, his bodyguard has never seen B Stinger or or Hassan around Bambada.
Was in Parkchester, Northeast Bronx, in 1977, and went on to combine that crew with Africa Islam's Mayberry crew that was over the bridge of the White Plains Road. You know, Africa Islam, he's one of the original sons of Africa Bambada. But in 1989, when Bam came back from Europe, we redid the council. We started Shaka Zulu. We put my brother Dio as the head of security, and we began to take off. And that's when I met B. Stinger. I met B. Stinger at Jazzy J's Strong City Records.
He met B. Stinger
on Alton Avenue in the Bronx, and that's where everybody used to come. You know, but the allegations of him being a homosexual goes back to when I went to junior high school.
So the bodyguard has said that he saw B. That's another person that said they saw B. Stinger and doesn't mention Hassan. So why is all these people seeing B. Stinger, but nobody ever saw Hassan?
Once IS-167 with those original Gestapo crew members, you know, the original Zulu Nation members, ex-Black Spades, I mean, brothers from all over the Bronx. I mean, you know, the Spades was with Casanova, they was ex-Spades down with the 9 crew when the gangs turned into crews. They were crews before they even turned into the Zulu Nation, you know, and most of the projects in the Northeast Bronx got down with the Zulu Nation, Lambert houses, Castle Hill, Soundview, Monroe. Bam was an enigma back then. And, you know, Poppy, you know, my brother Poppy, you know, he has mixed emotions because we love Bam. I mean, we love the Bam because Bam, you know, I mean, Bam is he was an enigma back then. I can't say he's not an enigma now because the mystery is solved. But he was an enigma back then. I mean, what he did was, you know, it was unprecedented to bring people together, young brothers, you know, together, you know, ex-gang members, ex-crew members, into this one gigantic family that spread from the Bronx to around the world. So we heard the allegations after I went to junior high school for about a year, IS-167, you know, I heard the allegations. Everybody heard the allegations, whether it was Lambert houses, whether it was Bronx River. Well, Bronx River definitely knew about it, you know, and we question why them older brothers, and we can build on that later. That was in Gestapo. That was Black Spades that he tried and that his ass whipped a couple of times. Why did they allow this brother to go on to organize knowing that he was homosexual? That's the $100,000 question. But when you got people out in the street doing their own things.
See, the only thing you hear about Bam is he's homosexual. The dude said he met B. Stinger with Bam. He mentioned Hassan, but he didn't say he saw him with Bam. He doesn't say how he met Hassan. He probably know Hassan because he came out and was a part of the security in his 30s. But the only thing you hear is Bam's gay. Nobody said anything about pedophilia.
But like I said, we heard this rumors. I was young. A lot of us was young, you know, at that time, meeting Bam, you know, 14, 15, 16. And we grew up in this thing, you know, and we loved him. And, you know, when you love somebody, you hear your son is a dope fiend or this about a family member, you don't want to accept it, you know. You deny it. You don't want to hear about it. And Bam came back from Europe, you know, and we started Shaka Zulu. I was Bill's first lieutenant. And we built Shaka Zulu the same way Muhammad took Zulu warriors to the next level. And I did a lot of things with Bam.
I thought Hassan was Bill's first lieutenant. See? I was raised by Bam. And I was raised by B.O. Why ain't this guy saying it? This was his bodyguard.
Islamic tip. We would go places like Ansar Law Community, Dr. York. Me and Bam, we studied a lot together. You know, so this is personal to members of the Zulu Nation because Bam is very knowledgeable. He's always presented himself, you know, that as a very knowledgeable individual. He did take a shahada. I was with him. Tafiq was with him. He took it at the hands of Allah, Hall of Knowledge in Brooklyn, because we used to go out to York Studios when he did Planet Rock. He did in your Heart Studios in York. We used to go out there when we used to build at York. You know, we used to go to Minister Farrakhan's, all of his, you know, events and lectures. We was very closely tied with the Nation of Islam. We had close ties with Dr. York. You know, the same thing that you doing in Harlem today, we've been doing in Harlem with the different groups back in the 90s, back in the late 80s, when Khalid was minister of Mosque Number 7. You know, we was there with Khalid. The Shaka Zulu was trained by FOI. We worked close with the captains and lieutenants under Khalid. We was had a close relationship with Khalid. You know, may he rest in paradise. But I'm saying all this to say to give you and the audience, the listening audience, the personal relationship that I had with him, and the young boys. And what I failed to mention in the first interview is when the young boys that I saw, because Bam always had young boys around him, which I could say probably in our hearts and our minds, even though that them rumors was in the back of our mind from the mid-70s and on, 75, 76, 77, that these are Zulu Nation members. These are his soldiers. When I say young boys, what I failed to clarify, when I say young boys, I didn't mean minors. And let me say this, I'm in no way recanting my story.
Yeah.
So Bodyguard saying that he had young boys around him, but they weren't minors. Meaning 17, 18, early 20s, which is the Wax Dog, you can agree with me on this one, which is the age. If you put that pin down the timeline of the proof, not what Hassan says, just the evidence. 17, 18 when he got around him. And then when you think about the first age that he gave out was 16, 17. I think he put 16 in there to sound underage, to be underage. But this guy is Bam's bodyguard. He's saying he had young boys around him, but none of them was underage. And it's the same theory that Trip C said. He like them young, but he like them barely legal. They're legal, but they're barely legal. If you add up all this evidence, Hassan was fucking this man as an adult. AP, what's up with you? And this is the new development. I haven't seen nobody cover this story. Wax Dog, chop this up and put this on your channel. You got my full permission. This is proof right here that nobody ever seen Hassan around him as an adolescent. And he was fucking him as an adult. Ain't no way around it. You got the bodyguard saying, you let Bam go plucamus in your ducamus as a full-grown adult. Period. This is an exclusive right here. So make sure y'all hitting that like button. Hit the Cash App, PayPal. He said, never heard this story. Nope, I never hear this one either. I ain't never hear this one either. I'm glad I clicked on it.
What I want to do is, I was about to ask you that. No, I'm in no way recanting my story. But what I failed to mention in the first interview is that I'm going on. I believe in Poppy and Ron Savage, because when they came out with their stories, that was news to me about the pedophilia. Okay.
When they came out with their story, that was news to me. Meaning, he didn't see. Well, Bam was going to Bee Stinger house. Hassan said that he was going to Bam house, which it makes sense that he didn't see Bee Stinger, him doing anything with Bee Stinger, because he was going to Bee Stinger house. But Hassan was going to Bam house, where Hassan said that everybody was. So meaning he would be there. Oh, when it all falls down now. I'm telling you all, it all falls down. When it all, it is all the pieces are coming together like a jigsaw. It makes sense that he wouldn't have known about Bee Stinger because Dan was going over to Bee Stinger's house. But what doesn't make sense is Hassan was going to Bam's house. And this nigga never saw him. And that's his bodyguard. Head of security. B.O.'s first lieutenant. And he never saw him. That was news to him. Meaning, that nigga was lying.
My thing was the homosexual thing. So that was news to me. And by me not mentioning that, it made me look incriminated. So that's why, you know, I said, when we last spoke, I'll let that stand on its own. But my spouse driving me home and me listening to it over and over, I said, damn, the dude sounded like, you know, I knew about it. So, you know, no, I can't allow that. So, again, I thank you for giving me this second interview because I had to clear that up. You know, when the young boys that for being in his apartment in Charleston, these were young boys. They wasn't minors. And I did state late teens, meaning 18 to 21. That's young boys to me.
Late 18 to 21.
It didn't make no sense to me.
See, he said the boys that was around Bambada was late 18s to 21. Now Hassan claims that he has a bunch of underage young boys around him at all times. But his bodyguard is saying, no, they're all 18 to 21. Everybody else saying, no, they were 18 to 21. Hassan is the only one saying that he was underage. And nobody seen him. But he was at all these public parties and all these so-called orgies. This is how I know that Hassan was lying, right? When he said that he will open Bam's door, niggas' hands is greasy, they giving him that. First of all, what grown man is coming out of the house from having sex, or whatever they was doing, and giving that to a 12-year-old? Like, none of them said, what you doing here? You just giving him that, hands all greasy. No, that was a grown man knocking at that door. That's why they were giving you that. That's why they never questioned why you were there. You notice that when Hassan tells these stories, none of the people question why he's there. They all just give him that. Does that sound like a 12-year-old? Or it sound like a grown man? Put it in the chat. Does that sound like a 12-year-old or a grown man? He's showing up to the parties and the orgies or whatever. And they giving him that as he come in, and nobody asks him why he's there.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Don't worry, I'll wait. Now, one person asked why he was there. That sounds like a grown-ass man. I've never given dap to a 12-year-old. Not like serious dap, like, yo, what's up, man? What's up? How you doing? I mean, give me 5, youngin. What's up, youngin? Give me 5. Like that, I ain't walking up to niggas. What's up, youngin? How you doing, man? How you doing, blood? How you doing, blood? You all right, youngin? You all right? You hanging in there? You all right? Bring it in. Bring it in. Get the fuck out of here. He said it's all been debunked. Hassan is messing with Bam way after he was in his 20s. Yep. I say from 18 to 30 something. Those years, 18 to 30 something. 18 all the way up until he was on that meeting with Sinetta. And the thing about it is, the only reason why he did that was because Bam cut him off. Wait, first, because he had some dogs. Z Banger explained this. He had some dogs that he was selling for Bam. He fucked the money up. Bam came and took the dogs and said, you know what, I'm done. I got me another young tenderoni. I don't want you no more. You're old, saggy, and flabby. I'm not supporting you no more. And what Hassan did, oh, you're not going to support me? I'm going to go tell everybody you molested me. And you molested everybody else. And then, look, he said Bam apologized and was supposed to put a gravestone on B.O. grave, but he didn't. No, that wasn't the promise. His promise was he was going to keep supporting you, but he never did. So you put the video back up, because if you really cared about B.O.'s gravestone, all the money that you'd have made on YouTube, you never went and put no gravestone on there yourself. You had money. And at one time, did you go put a gravestone on there? So you didn't really care about Bam B.O.'s gravestone. It was all about Bam supporting it. And when Bam refused to keep supporting him, he went to the internet.
Ben, because you never saw him with a woman. You know, you got the room in the back of your head that this is you know, stuff that's been going on that you've been hearing about, the gay thing about him since the 70s. But this is my brother. I love him. This is not an excuse. I'm just keeping it real. I know you're going to keep it real. And, you know, and like Poppy said, Poppy had the mixed emotions. We still have the mixed emotions. And I saw, you know, a clip of, you know, his little interview tonight, and I could see that guilt is just eating at him. I could see that the guilt is eating at him. You know, it's just, you know, like you said, I mean, why didn't he come to you? Why Fox News? Why not come to Sinetta and Black TV? Why not, you know, be President on Star? You know, when he did the interview with Ed Lover.
Because he felt like, okay, you gonna go to these internet, these YouTube niggas, I'm gonna do you one bigger. I'm gonna go to Fox.
He would have told the truth then. Lord Sharif would have never did no interview. But back to what I was saying about the 2000, you know, with the young boys in the apartment. The young boys was always in the apartment. You know, I stand on that. And like I said, I want to say for the listening audience, I believed Poppy and still do believe Poppy. So when I said the 100 boys, you know, some of them did their little.
He said he believed Poppy, right? But he said the young boys that was in his house were 18 to 21. So he believes Poppy was fucking the nigga, but he was 18 to 21. That's basically what he's saying. He's saying he believed Poppy when he said that him and Bam was doing stuff, but the age don't match up, because he's saying all the young boys that was in his house were 18 to 21. So, I mean, the man's just gay. You outed the nigga sexuality, and but you threw him under the bus, trying to call him a pedophile because you didn't want to out your own sexuality. That's basically what he did. How can I get back at this nigga without making myself look gay? Oh, I got it. I'm gonna say he heard B Stinger's story. Oh wait, let me take B Stinger's story and say he molested. And then he took Half Pint's story about him peeing, coming in the bathroom with him. He took Half Pint's story, and then he took the Good Times story, whatever that show was called.
Editing, because I said it, I'm backing what Poppy and Ron Savage, B Stinger, said. They edited that, you know. And but I'm saying it to you because I know you're gonna keep it real. You know, I pointed out to him in that interview that yes, I believe 1,000% what B Stinger, Ron Savage said, and what Poppy said, and that's based on, you know, what I've experienced throughout the years of seeing the young boys. When I said I went with him to certain locations.
See, he said seeing the young boys. But let's not forget what age he said the young boys were. 18 to 21. So he still doesn't mention seeing Poppy in his house, though. He says he believes him, but he still didn't mention ever seeing him. But he did say he did see young boys in the house, but they were all 18 to 21. So Poppy was in that house with the other young boys. He was 18 to 21.
When he did shows and DJing events, he had the boys that was in the room with him, the late teens to 21, and maybe some older than that. When they went in the room with him,
to 21.
You know, these were those that carried his crates. And when they went in that room, I didn't say I saw anything inside the room. Did I have suspicions of something? It's possible, but we had no proof. Like I told Stark, I didn't have proof until '99.
It doesn't matter. They was of age. What could he have done? Those boys were of age. Poppy was of age. B-Stinger was of age. Well, B-Stinger said he had a fake ID. I don't know what the fuck his story is anymore.
When I walked in the room with him, with another adult, you know, it was very obvious who I was talking about, because I didn't, you know, I put it out there with Stark, the other person, and they was in there jerking off to a porno. The other individual, an adult, was laying on the floor with his penis in his hand. That is the first time I saw something. And this other person is a so-called Muslim. This other person is still backing him up to this day. I'm sure you know the person, and it's very.
He took that nigga story about jerking off. Now I know where he heard the shit from.
Very unfortunate, because this person was like a brother to me.
Now, he said, now where have you heard this jerking off story from? So, Hassan took part of what he saw and said that oh my God, now I know where he got the shit from. This is exactly what Hassan said word for word. You notice that every story that somebody else got a Bambada, Hassan has the same story word for word. I don't think that's a coincidence. B-Stinger, he thigh'd me. Half pint. Oh, he comes in the bathroom while I'm peeing. The Good Times episode. And now him. That's 4 different stories he can piece together. That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's other individuals, you know, that's Muslim,
right,
like Muhammad. I'm gonna name a few names. Like I said, I'm not recanting anything. You know, they know who they are. They know who they are. That's covering up, and it's very, very unfortunate. But
all right, that's it.
I heard you ready to do.
That's it, y'all. I'm going to bed. I got work tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll go live tomorrow when I get back to my mom's crib with my brother and the kids. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.